your actions create a legacy to inspire others, to dream more, to do more, to learn more, and to become more, then you're an excellent leader and a doctor. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ashley Monica Vargas, final year MBBS student and former vice chairperson.
I'm Nandita Suresh, final medical year student.
We take this opportunity to welcome all the distinguished guests on and off the dais to this very special occasion of Investiture ceremony of the batch of 2020. A warm, hearty welcome to one and all.
Prayer. It's a raising of one's mind and heart to God. They don't have to be long and eloquent. It just needs a humble heart. Let's all begin this beautiful day by offering our sincere gratitude and prayer to the Almighty. I call upon Anne Maria and Aksa Johnson for the same. Let us now nourish our souls with Bible reading. It will be a spiritual feast for all of you. I call upon Lydia Roy for the same.
A reading from the passage of Proverbs 4, 1-7 and Colossians 3, 12-17. Hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. For I was my father's son, tender and beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also, and said unto me, Let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Therefore, as God's chosen ones, holy and loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. Be tolerant of one another, and forgive each other if anyone has complained against another. Just as the Lord has forgiven you, you should also forgive. Above all, clothe yourselves with love, which ties together everything in unity. Let the peace of the Messiah also rule in your hearts, to which you were called in one body, and be thankful. Let the word of the Messiah inhabit you richly with wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another with psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs, and singing to God with thankfulness in your heart. And whatever you do, whether by speech or action, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to the God the Father through him.
Next, welcoming Dr. N. Sridevi ma'am, a very constant supporter and a very good teacher, our principal, for the welcome speech.
Good morning, everybody. Respected Chairman, Dr. Abraham Kalamandil, respected Dean, respected Chief Guest, Dr. B. Iqbal Sir, respected Pastor Jos Karakal, respected Mount Sion family members, GM, administrators, Mr. Gigi, Mr. Sibi Varghese, Ms. Rajo John, senior faculty members, other teaching and non-teaching staff members, respected parents, our beloved Midin Anil Kumar, and stars of this program, the 2020 batch MBBS students. At first, let me express my congratulations to all of you for getting admission to MBBS course. Never forget that this is a divine course, and you should keep all the faith and respect to this course. It is my duty to deliver welcome speech today. Our respected chairman, Dr. Abraham Kalamandil, reached here for presidential address. Sir, on behalf of the institution, I heartily welcome you to this function. Pastor Jos Karakal reached here for giving blessing to the new batch. Sir, I welcome you. Our chief guest, the close friend of our dean, the former Vice Chancellor of Kerala University, Dr. B. Iqbal Sir, agreed to deliver the message through online. Sir's wife, Dr. Mehrnisa, was our principal at Government TD Medical College, Alapi for a long time, and she is a good friend of me. Sir was the retired neurosurgery professor also. Sir, on behalf of the family of Mount Sion Medical College, I sincerely welcome you. Our Dean, Dr. Fasal Marikal Sir, actually, he is the backbone of all the orientation programs. I think you realized that he's a very energetic person. Sir, I heartily welcome you to this function. Our manager, Professor D.K. John Sir, is also agreed to reach here to bless you. Sir, I sincerely welcomes you also. Dr. Venukumar sir, the medical superintendent, is also here. Sir, I heartily welcome you to this function. Mr. Joe Abraham, MD of this institution, and is the elder son of our chairman. Mr. Sam Abraham, Vice Chairman, the younger son of our chairman. Their wives, Mrs. Suja Joe and Mrs. Jessie Sam, also reached here to attend this festival. Joe sir, Sam sir, Suja ma'am, Jessie ma'am, on behalf of this institution, I sincerely welcome all of you. I hope that all the respected parents of this batch is viewing this function anxiously. Dear parents, I heartily welcome all of you. I welcome all the faculty members of this institution. I welcome our administrators, Mr. Gigi, Sibi Varghese, and Ajo John, very active and always involved in all the students' affairs. I heartily welcome all of you. Dr. Midin Anil Kumar, who was the first batch student, that is 2014 batch, who won the first rank of Kerala University of Health Science in all the MBBS examination except first professional examination, first professional MBBS. He lost his first rank in first professional examination for 1 mark only. Son, I appreciate your hard work throughout the course and hope that you can share your experience with your young brothers and sisters. We invited Dr. Midin to this function because I hope that you can imagine how we honored this brilliant student. Dr. Midin, on behalf of this institution, I heartily welcome you. I wish you the very best for getting the PG degree in pediatrics in the coming PG entrance exam. There is no doubt that the stars of this program is the new students. Children, on behalf of the institution, I welcome each and every one of you. I wish you the very best for the grand success of this course. My office staff members, Mrs. Darley, Mr. Bibin, and Ms. Kuku, very dedicated staff members of academic section, have done all the admission process in an appreciable way. Darley, Bibin, and Kuku, I sincerely welcome you. Our IT department is also doing appreciable work in taking online classes and meeting, etc. Mr. Ranjit, Binoy, and Sanu, I also welcome you to this function. I welcome Ms. Nandita Suresh, 2016 batch, who got first rank in 3rd MBBS or 3rd Professional MBBS Part 1 exam. I forgot to say about our anchor, Ms. Ashley Monica, one of our pet student of 2016 batch. Daughter, I welcome you also to this function. I welcome Mr. Robin and all other non-teaching staff members. Once again, I welcome each and everyone who present here. All of us know about the pandemic COVID-19, and I request all the students to obey the COVID protocol strictly. Wish you all a healthy 2021. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call upon our very dearest, the reason behind this glowing and growing institute, our chairman of this institution, Dr. Abraham Kalamanal, for the inaugural speech. Sir, heartily welcome to the dais.
When dark When darkness comes, let us not condemn the dark, but light a lamp to illuminate our lives. Now, we are having the lighting the lamp ceremony.
Respected our chief pastor, Joseph Chan, our dean and the principal, medical superintendent, our Mithun Anil Kumar, and all the students, those who are taken admission for 2020. I was remembering here while I was standing over here, all years, 100 students, usually come 500 people, which is the father, mother, grandfather, and brother and sister. Usually one students with 5 members join this occasion. What a wonderful occasion. Joining on a professional like MBBS course. Last 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That was our experience. This place was full with cars. That opportunity itself was a great time. But now, because of the COVID-19, we are here just like only, even this is itself, is a little bit more. 100 students can come maximum. I asked the people, those who are admitting 150, they said they are doing 2 sections. So, dear parents, students, your parents are watching, this is on online. Our chief guest, who is the former Vice Chancellor of Dr. Iqbal, is our chief guest. He is giving you the message. But I don't know, even though very late, this course supposed to be started September 1st. First week of September, we used to start MBBS courses. This is February, today is 8th, 2021. So you have lost so many days. Almost anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, first section exam is almost to be started on this time. I don't know what to do, but this is what we are facing it. But still, don't worry. We have enough time. You can cover up all these things. We have to take up the Saturdays and all holy days. You have to cover up with that. We can finish our syllabus. We can finish our portions. Do you have a very, very good principal? She is retired from government medical college. Last he worked at Alleppey Medical College. Today, last few years, she is with us. And Dr. Fasal Marikar, even from the beginning, he is the dean of this institution. He is here. From the beginning on this institution. He was the principal, now he is the dean. His quality you can get from everywhere. Dr. Mithun Anil Kumar is in front of us. He was the first students like you and others sitting in front of us. He is our proud. Anil, the first year itself, he received the topest mark in Kerala. 911. 511 marks he scored. I don't know how many gold coin he received that time. Many people, students, staff, everybody. But we know that he will come up the first rank. Even from the beginning itself, we know that he will be our first. Really, that award, first rank, when it is declared, we know that he will be that. By the grace of God, Mount Zion, the name itself, that is a blessing. So I can tell you, my dear students, you are opt Mount Zion. I didn't ask you to come and join here. None of them. Almost more than 100,000 students face the Kerala entrance and All India entrance. Almost 10 lakhs for All India. Out of that, 100 students got admission. You choose Mount Zion. You become our family. I am welcoming you, even though the principal already welcomed you. But I am welcoming you, all of you. Your parents, chosen Mount Zion. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് വളരെയധികം സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. ഞാൻ വളരെയധികം ചാരിതാർത്ഥ്യത്തോടെയാണ് ഇവിടെ നിൽക്കുന്നത്. നിങ്ങൾ ഓരോരുത്തരും കേരളത്തിൻ്റെയും ഇന്ത്യയുടെയും പല ഭാഗങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നുള്ളതായ many students are from out of Kerala. Their parents are also watching this program online. That's the reason I cannot come up with the Malayalam. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഞങ്ങൾ മലയാളത്തിൽ നിങ്ങളോട് സംസാരിക്കുകയും മലയാള ഭാഷയെ സ്നേഹിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യും. Today, I read in the English newspaper, Indian Express, Narendra Modi says every medical student should have their course in their own mother tongue. നിങ്ങൾ വായിച്ചോ? നിങ്ങൾ ആരും കേട്ടോ? അയച്ചില്ലായിരിക്കും. ഇന്നത്തെ പത്രത്തിലുണ്ട്. Modi says all the medical colleges should have their own mother tongue. എന്താണെന്നറിയാമോ? രോഗിയെ ശരിക്ക് പരിശോധിക്കുമ്പോൾ, രോഗിയുടെ രോഗവിവരങ്ങൾ പറയുമ്പോൾ അത് രോഗി മനസ്സിലാക്കും. പറയുന്നത് ഡോക്ടറും രോഗിയും തമ്മിലുള്ളതായ കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ ഗ്യാപ്പിന് വേണ്ടിയാണ്. മോദിയുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ അത് വായിച്ചപ്പോൾ കിട്ടും. എല്ലാ സ്റ്റേറ്റിലും ഒരു ലാംഗ്വേജ് മദർ ടങ്ങിൽ നമുക്ക് മെഡിക്കൽ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം കൊണ്ടുവരണം. അത് എല്ലാം നോട്ട് ഓൺലി in profession in medicine, all of the professional colleges should have their own mother tongue. എനിക്ക് ഈ സന്ദർഭത്തിൽ നിങ്ങളെ ഓർമ്മിപ്പിക്കുവാനുള്ളത്, നിങ്ങൾ ആദ്യമായി വന്ന് ബുധനാഴ്ചയും വ്യാഴാഴ്ചയും വെള്ളിയാഴ്ചയും ശനിയാഴ്ചയുമായിട്ടാണ് all the students are joined. 25 സ്റ്റുഡൻസിനെ ആദ്യം കിട്ടും. ഇന്നും ഈ മീറ്റിംഗ് നടക്കുമോ എന്ന് ഞാൻ വെള്ളിയാഴ്ച ഒന്ന് സംശയിച്ചു. ചിലരൊക്കെ എന്നെ വിളിച്ചു ചോദിച്ചു, സർ, you think we can have a meeting on Friday? I said, sure, we will do it. We trust in God and we will do it. That's what I told them. No more we can give up. So by the grace of God, we are here and we are having this occasion. ഇത് ആദ്യത്തെ ഒരു പടിയായി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വൈറ്റ് കോട്ട് സെറിമണി, അത് ജീവിതത്തിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ പേരൻസ് കാണുകയാണ്. ഫ്രം ടുഡേ ഓൺവേർഡ്സ് യു ആർ എ ഡോക്ടർ. യു ഷുഡ് ഫീൽ ദാറ്റ്. എത്ര മകനീയമായ ഡ്രസ്, യൂണിഫോംസ്. കേരളത്തിൽ ഒരേ ഒരു കോളേജ് മാത്രമാണ് ഈ ഡ്രസ് കോഡ് മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാമോ? You won't see too many colleges even in Kerala, not even India. Many times we share these things to others in outside of Kerala also. They say, how? Yes, we are. അതിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ ഞങ്ങളുടെ പ്രിൻസിപ്പലിൻ്റെയും ഡീൻ്റെയും ശ്രമഫലമായി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തരുന്ന ട്രെയിനിങ്. നല്ല യൂണിഫോമിൽ നല്ല വൈറ്റ് കോട്ടുമൊക്കെ ഇട്ട് നിങ്ങളുടെ സ്റ്റെത്തുമൊക്കെ തൊള്ളിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ ക്ലാസ്സുകളിൽ പോകുമ്പോൾ, ഈ ക്യാമ്പസിൽ കൂടി നടക്കുമ്പോൾ, നിങ്ങളുടെ ജ്യേഷ്ഠന്മാരും ജ്യേഷ്ഠത്തിമാരും ഇവിടെ 400 പേരുണ്ട്. അവരോട് നിങ്ങൾ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ നിങ്ങൾ ഇടപെടണം. ദിസ് ഈസ് എ വൺ കോളേജ്. ഇവിടെ ഇന്നുവരെയും നമുക്ക് നിങ്ങൾ ജ്യേഷ്ഠാനിയന്മാര് ഏകോദര സഹോദരങ്ങളെ പോലെ ഈ ക്യാമ്പസിൽ ഇന്നുവരെയും ജീവിക്കുന്നു. ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് അങ്ങനെ ഒരു പ്രോബ്ലം ഒന്നുമില്ല. റാഗിംഗ് പ്രോബ്ലം നോട്ട് അറ്റ് ഓൾ ഇൻ ദിസ് ക്യാമ്പസ്, even from the beginning, because we trained them that way. So they are following the footsteps of their elders. Mithun Anil Kumar is one of that I told you, a rank holder. Last week, the VC of the Health University, Vice Chancellor, awarded that. You may be have seen that online. I also saw that. So, by the grace of God, we could have this occasion now. നിങ്ങളൊരു നല്ല വൈറ്റ് കോട്ട് സെറിമണി. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഡോക്ടർ ഇക്ബാൽ is, I told you, like he is the one of that very Dr. Iqbal is a very well scientist and well known person. Now he will come on the online and he is our chief guest. Otherwise he was supposed to be here. And നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വൈറ്റ് കോട്ടും ഇട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ ഇന്ന് മുതൽ ഒരു ഡോക്ടറായിട്ട് ദൈവസന്നിധിയിൽ നിങ്ങൾ സത്യപ്രതിജ്ഞ ചെയ്യുക. നിങ്ങൾ സത്യവാദകം ചൊല്ലി നിങ്ങൾ ഈ പ്രൊഫഷനിലേക്ക് കാൽ വയ്ക്കുമ്പോൾ ദൈവത്തെ മുൻനിർത്തി, ദൈവമേ, എനിക്ക് എൻ്റെ ചെറിയ പ്രായം മുതൽ ഇത്രത്തോളം എന്നെ കാത്ത് സൂക്ഷിച്ച് പരിപാലിച്ച് എൻ്റെ മാതാപിതാക്കൾ എന്നെ അവർ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ച നിലയിൽ പഠിപ്പിച്ചു. ദൈവം എനിക്ക് പഠിക്കുവാൻ ബുദ്ധി തന്നു. നിങ്ങളെപ്പോലെ എത്രയോ പേരിന്ന് കൊതിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നവർക്ക് ഈ അഡ്മിഷൻ കിട്ടിയില്ല. നിങ്ങൾക്കത് ലഭ്യമായി. അപ്പോൾ ദൈവത്തിന് യു ഷുഡ് താങ്ക് ടു ഗോഡ് ഫസ്റ്റ്. എപ്പോഴും നിങ്ങളതിന് ദൈവത്തിന് നന്ദി പറയണം. ഞാൻ എപ്പോഴും ഓർക്കും, നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ പഠിച്ച എത്രയോ പേർക്ക് പഠിച്ചതിനിടയിൽ വെച്ച് മരണപ്പെട്ടു പോയി. ചിലർ നിത്യരോഗികളായിപ്പോയി. ചിലർക്ക് പഠിക്കുവാൻ കഴിയാതെ പോകുന്നു. ചിലർക്ക് ഫണ്ടില്ല, പണമില്ല. നിങ്ങൾ 1-2 രൂപ കൊടുത്ത് പഠിക്കുന്നവരല്ല ഇട്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. 1 കോടി രൂപ മുതൽ ഏതാണ്ട് 50 ലക്ഷം രൂപ വരെ മുടക്കി പഠിക്കുന്ന വിദ്യാർത്ഥിനികളാണ് എൻ്റെ മുമ്പിൽ നിൽക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പം നിങ്ങൾ ചിന്തിക്കണം, നിങ്ങളുടെ മാതാപിതാക്കള് പണക്കാരായതുകൊണ്ട് മാത്രമല്ല നിങ്ങളെ ഒരു നല്ല നിലയിലാക്കണമെന്നുള്ള അവരുടെ ഹൃദയം നിറഞ്ഞ മണലാരുണ്യത്തിലും വളരെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടി കിടന്ന് കഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നവര് നിങ്ങളെ ഇവിടെ കൊണ്ടാക്കിയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയറിൽ തന്നെ എല്ലാ വിഷയവും നേടിയെടുക്കുവാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കഴിയണം. ആമുഖമായി ഞാൻ പറയുകയാണത്. ദ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയർ നിങ്ങൾ ഉഴപ്പിയാൽ നിങ്ങൾ ഉഴപ്പന്മാരായി പോകും. ഞങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങളെ ഗുണദോഷിക്കും. ദൈവമുള്ള കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളായി വരണം. ഇന്ന് ക്യാമ്പസൊക്കെ കള്ളിനും മയക്കുമരുന്നിനും ലിക്വറിനൊക്കെ അടിമകളാകുകയാണ്. ബട്ട് താങ്ക് ഗോഡ് അവർ ക്യാമ്പസ് ഈസ് നോട്ട് ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ്. ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളോട് പറയുന്നത്, ദ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയർ നിങ്ങൾ വളരെ കഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട് അനാറ്റമി, ഫിസിയോളജി, ബയോകെമിസ്ട്രി ഹെഡാണ് ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന ഡോക്ടർ ശ്രീദേവി, പ്രിൻസിപ്പലുമാണ്. അനാറ്റമിയുടെ ഹെഡാണ് എൻ്റെ മുൻപിൽ ഇരിക്കുന്ന ഡോക്ടർ. അങ്ങനെ ഫിസിയോളജി ഉണ്ട്. ഈ 3 വിഷയം വളരെ ശക്തമായിട്ട് പഠിച്ച് ആദ്യത്തെ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയർ നിങ്ങൾ ഓവർകം ചെയ്യണം. വലിയ പ്രയാസമൊന്നുമില്ല കേട്ടോ, വളരെ ഈസിയാണ്. നല്ല അധ്യാപകരാണ് നിങ്ങളുടെ കൂടെ. നിങ്ങൾ ക്യാമ്പസിലാണ്. ആവശ്യമില്ലാത്ത അവധികളൊക്കെ എടുക്കുകയും ആവശ്യമില്ലാതെ വീട്ടിൽ പോവുകയും ആവശ്യമില്ലാത്ത കൂട്ടുകാരുമായിട്ട് കൂട്ടുകൂടുകയും ഒന്നും ചെയ്യരുത്. ഫസ്റ്റ് 3 years only to think about the studies. After 4th, 5th ആകുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് നിങ്ങളൊരു നിങ്ങളൊരു റെസിഡൻറ്റ് ഡോക്ടറുടെ ലെവലിലേക്ക് വരും. ഫസ്റ്റ് MBBS, സെക്കൻഡ് MBBS, തേർഡ് MBBS ആകുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് അല്പമൊക്കെ നമ്മുടെ മേറ്റിനെയൊക്കെ കണ്ടെത്തുന്നതിനൊന്നും വിരോധമൊന്നും കേട്ടോ. നിങ്ങളുടെ പാർട്ട്നേഴ്സിനെ ചൂസ് ചെയ്തത് ഞങ്ങളാരും എതിരൊന്നും പറയത്തില്ല കേട്ടോ, പ്ലീസ്. ബട്ട് നോട്ട് ഓൺ ദ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയർ ആൻഡ് സെക്കൻഡ് ഇയർ, നോട്ട് ഓൺ ദ തേർഡ് ഇയർ. ഇവരൊക്കെ ചിരിക്കുന്ന ഇവരൊക്കെ മേറ്റുകളെ കണ്ടെത്തുക കേട്ടോ. ഇവരുടെ എല്ലാം ഭർത്താക്കന്മാരൊക്കെ ഡോക്ടർമാരൊക്കെ കേട്ടോ. ഇവരൊക്കെ അങ്ങനെ തോന്നാ ഇല്ല സാർ, ശരിയല്ലേ? ഒക്കെയാണ്, അതൊന്നും കുഴപ്പമില്ല. ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓക്കേ വിത്ത് us. ബട്ട് ഫസ്റ്റ് 3 years നമുക്ക് പഠിക്കുക മാത്രം. അത് കഴിയുമ്പോൾ ബാക്കിയുള്ളത് എല്ലാത്തിനും ശ്രമം. ഏതായിരുന്നാലും ഞാൻ ഈ സമയത്ത് നല്ല ആത്മീയമായ ഒരു അന്തരീക്ഷം സൃഷ്ടിച്ച് പ്രാർത്ഥനയോടുകൂടി let us start our career. Let us start our profession. That is the reason always our theme and our aim. Start with the prayer. നിങ്ങൾ ക്ലാസ്സുകൾ ആരംഭിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ എപ്പോഴും പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളതാണ്, ബിഗിനിങ് വിത്ത് പ്രേയർ. അത് ഇന്നുവരെയും മോൺസിയോൻ നമുക്ക് അത് നിലനിർത്തുവാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. നിങ്ങൾ പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ചു വേണം നിങ്ങളുടെ ജീവിതം ആരംഭിക്കുവാൻ. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു നല്ല സ്പിരിച്വൽ മെസ്സേജ് കിട്ടുവാനായി ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ പ്രാസംഗികനാണ് ഡോക്ടർ ജോസ്, പാസ്റ്റർ ജോസ്. അദ്ദേഹം ഇവിടെയുണ്ട്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഒരു മെസ്സേജ് നിങ്ങൾ കേൾക്കാം. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ എൻ്റെ മറ്റുള്ള മെഡിക്കൽ സൂപ്രണ്ട്, ഡീന്, ഇവരൊക്കെ നിങ്ങളോട് സംസാരിക്കും. ഇവരുടെയൊക്കെ പ്രസംഗം നിങ്ങൾ കേൾക്കാം. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും വളരെ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. ദൈവം നിങ്ങളെ കനിഞ്ഞ് അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ. ദൈവത്തിൽ ആശ്രയിച്ചുള്ള ജീവിതം എത്ര ധന്യമാണ്, എത്രയെത്ര ധന്യമാണ് എന്നെനിക്ക് നിങ്ങളോട് പറഞ്ഞറിയിക്കുന്നതിൽ ഒരു ആശങ്കയുമില്ല. Let us start our life with God. Then everything is there. അത് വളരെ രുചിച്ച് അറിയുന്നൊരു വ്യക്തിയാണ് ഞാൻ. ഈവൻ ടുഡേ ഞാൻ 3:30 മണിക്ക് എഴുന്നേറ്റ് എനിക്ക് പ്രാർത്ഥിപ്പാൻ കഴിയും. 3:30 I don't know how I woke up. I began to pray. കുടുംബമായിട്ട് 6 മണി വരെ പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ചു. That is a great blessing in our life. അവിടെ നിങ്ങളൊക്കെ ചിന്തിക്കണം. Let us how God is with us. Then who can be against you? അതൊരു വലിയ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനാണ്. നിങ്ങൾക്കെല്ലാവർക്കും ദൈവാശ്രയത്തിൽ ജീവിപ്പാൻ മൗണ്ട് സിയോനിൽ വന്ന് നിങ്ങൾ അഡ്മിഷൻ എടുത്ത് മിഥുനനിൽക്കും ആണെന്ന് മാത്രം ഞാൻ നിർമ്മിതിയല്ല. നിങ്ങളൊക്കെ നിങ്ങളുടെ പ്രൊഫഷൻ ഇതൊരു ചാരിറ്റിയാണ്. നിങ്ങളെ ദൈവം ഈ പൊസിഷനിലാക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നത് ധാരാളം രോഗികളെ സൗഖ്യമാക്കുവാൻ നിങ്ങളെ കൊണ്ട് കഴിയണം. അവർക്ക് നിങ്ങളൊരു അത്താണിയാകണം. നിങ്ങൾ അവർക്കൊരു സഹായവും സങ്കേതവുമാകണം. നിങ്ങളവരെ സഹായിക്കണം. സമൂഹത്തിന് കേരളത്തിൽ ഒരു വർഷം 3000 ഡോക്ടേഴ്സിനെ നമുക്ക് വാർത്തെടുക്കുവാൻ കഴിയുന്നുള്ളൂ ഇന്നും. അറിയാമോ? ഉള്ളി 3000. ഇന്നും മെഡിക്കൽ കോളേജ് ഇല്ല, ധാരാളം ഇല്ല, വളരെ കുറവാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ലഭ്യമായിരിക്കുന്ന നിങ്ങളുടെ ഭാരിച്ച ഉത്തരവാദിത്വം, നിങ്ങളുടെ മാതാപിതാക്കൾ നിങ്ങളിൽ അർപ്പിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന അവരുടെ വിശ്വാസം നിങ്ങൾ കളയരുത്. അത് സൂക്ഷിക്കണം. അത് ദൈവത്തിലുള്ള ആശ്രയം. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of the wisdom. എല്ലാ ബുദ്ധിയുടെയും ഉറവിടം ദൈവഭയമാണ്. സോ the beginning of, അതാണ് നമ്മുടെ ആരംഭം. അങ്ങനെ ആയിരിക്കണം ദൈവഭയം. അങ്ങനെ നിങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കണം. നല്ല വിദ്യാർത്ഥിനികളായിട്ട്, നിങ്ങൾ നല്ല മാതൃകയുള്ളവരായിട്ട് ഈ ദേശത്തും നമുക്കൊരു നല്ല വെളിച്ചം പകരുന്ന ദേശമാണ് ഈ ദേശത്ത്. അടൂർ പ്രദേശത്ത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പഠിക്കുവാൻ, മൗണ്ട് സിയോനിൽ പഠിക്കുവാൻ ദൈവം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അവസരം തന്നപ്പോൾ നമ്മളും നിങ്ങളും ഇനി നമ്മളാണ്. നിങ്ങളും ഞങ്ങളും കൂടുമ്പോൾ നമ്മളാണ് മൗണ്ട് സിയോൻ. യു ആർ ഓൾ വെൽക്കം ടു ദ ഫാമിലി ഓഫ് മൗണ്ട് സയൻ. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ നഴ്സറി സ്കൂൾ മുതൽ മെഡിക്കൽ കോളേജ് വരെയുമുള്ള കേരളത്തിലെ ഏക പ്രസ്ഥാനമാണ് മൗണ്ട് സിയോൻ. ഞങ്ങൾക്കതിൽ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. എളിയ രീതിയിൽ ദൈവം ഞങ്ങളെ കാത്തു, ഞങ്ങളെ നടത്തുന്നു. അതിൽ നിങ്ങളും ഞങ്ങളും, നിങ്ങളുടെ മാതാപിതാക്കളും. ഞാൻ ഓർക്കുകയാണ്, ഈ COVID-19 എത്രയോ ആപത്തുകൾ, എത്ര രോഗങ്ങളാണ് കേട്ടത്, എത്ര മരണങ്ങൾ കേട്ടു. ഞാൻ ഫെബ്രുവരി 2020 ഫെബ്രുവരിയിലാണ് COVID-19 ഞങ്ങളെ ക്ലോസ് ചെയ്യിക്കുന്നത്. 14 അല്ലേ? 14 ഞാൻ ഫെബ്രുവരി 14 മാർച്ച് 14. അതെ, ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഒരു കുട്ടി പോലും ഒരു കുഴപ്പമുണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല. ഒരു സ്റ്റാഫിനും ഒരു കുഴപ്പമുണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല. കോവിഡൊക്കെ വന്നു പോയി. എക്സ്ക്യൂസ് മീ, ഞാൻ എല്ലാ ദിവസവും എന്നോട് പറയും, വരില്ലേ, 75 കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വരില്ലേ, 65 കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വരത്തില്ലേ എന്നൊക്കെ പറയും. എവറി ഡേ എക്സാക്ട്ലി ബൈ 10:30 11 o'clock ഐ ആം ഇൻ മൈ ഓഫീസ്. ആർക്ക് വന്നാലും എന്നെ കാണാനും ഒരു പ്രശ്നം. ഞാൻ കം 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 മീറ്റ് മീ. ബട്ട് അതെന്താണെന്നറിയാമോ? ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ബൈബിളിൽ ഒരു വാക്യമുണ്ട്, 91 സങ്കീർത്തനം ഒരു വാക്യമുണ്ട്, 91 Psalms. You have to read it. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abideth under the shadow of the Almighty. അതാണ് അത്യുന്നതന്റെ മറവിൽ അങ്ങ് വസിച്ചാലാണല്ലോ ഈ കോവിഡൊന്നും വലിയ കാര്യമല്ല. ഇതിപ്പോൾ നാളെ മാറുമെന്നും ഇഞ്ചക്ഷൻ എടുത്തോണ്ട് പോകുന്നുണ്ട്, അതൊക്കെ നല്ലത്, ഇഞ്ചക്ഷൻ എടുത്തു. ഇതിനൊക്കെ ദൈവമാണ് നമ്മുടെ സൂക്ഷിപ്പുകാരൻ. ദൈവം നമ്മെ സൂക്ഷിക്കും. You all will be blessed. I'm really thank you. All the students, your parents are watching on the online. We will have a parents meeting. We will invite them. We want to see them. We want to meet them. But let God give us an opportunity to do that also. ഇന്ന് നിങ്ങളെ എല്ലാവരുടെയും അനുഭവത്തിലൂടെ ഔപചാരികമായി ഇതിൻ്റെ ഉദ്ഘാടന കർമ്മം നിർവഹിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് എനിക്കിതിന് അവസരം തന്ന പ്രിൻസിപ്പലിനെയും ഡീനെയും മെഡിക്കൽ സൂപ്രണ്ടിനെയും എല്ലാ അധ്യാപകരെയും എല്ലാ സ്റ്റാഫിനെയും എന്നെയും അനുവദിച്ചതിൽ അവരോട് നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തി എൻ്റെ വാക്കുകൾ നിർത്തുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Thank you, sir. May the blessings of today radiate through your smile, be helpful through your hands, and shine through your heart. To seek the blessings of Almighty, I invite our dear pastor, Jos Karikal. Sir.
ദൈവത്തിൻ്റെ അതിപരിശുദ്ധ നാമം വാഴ്ത്തപ്പെടുമാറാകട്ടെ.
Praise be to the name of the Lord.
അനുഗ്രഹിക്കപ്പെട്ട ഇങ്ങനൊരു ദിനം സ്വർഗം നമുക്ക് പ്രദാനം ചെയ്തതോർത്ത് ദൈവത്തെ സ്തുതിക്കുകയാണ്.
And we thank the Lord for the Lord has bestowed yet another wonderful opportunity this morning.
ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ഈ മെഡിക്കൽ ഫീൽഡ് മൗണ്ട് സയൻ മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റിനോടും
to the Honorable
സ്റ്റാഫിനോടും ഇന്നിവിടെ ആഗതരായിരിക്കുന്ന പുതിയ കുട്ടികളോടും ലൈവിൽ ഞങ്ങളെ വീക്ഷിക്കുന്ന അവരുടെ മാതാപിതാക്കന്മാർക്കും യേശു ക്രിസ്തുവിൻ്റെ ധന്യനാമത്തിൽ ഞങ്ങളുടെ സ്നേഹവന്ദനം അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്.
we bring your greetings in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to all the management of Mount Zion, to all the dignitaries on the stage, and to all the parents and the students who are watching online and offline.
ദൈവം നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരെയും അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.
May the Lord bless you all.
ദൈവ സാന്നിധ്യം നമ്മുടെ മധ്യമുണ്ട്, അതോർത്തും ദൈവത്തെ സ്തുതിക്കുക.
We thank the Lord for His presence is there in our midst.
സംഭവബഹുലമായ ഒരു കാലഘട്ടത്തിലാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ ഞാനും നിങ്ങളും ജീവിക്കുന്നത്.
We are living in a time which is full of incidents and disasters.
ആഗോളവ്യാപകമായി പടർന്നു പിടിച്ച ഈ മഹാമാരിയുടെ കെണിയിൽ ലോകമെമ്പാടും വേദനപ്പെടുന്ന നാളുകളിലാണ് നാമും ജീവിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നത്.
We too are living in a time where the world has been caught in the snare of the global pandemic.
എന്നാൽ അനർത്ഥങ്ങളിലൊന്നും പെടാതെ ദൈവം നമ്മളെ എല്ലാവരെയും സൂക്ഷിക്കട്ടെ.
But the Lord has preserved, and may He preserve more from all these disasters.
ഈ വർഷം പുതുതായി ഈ മെഡിക്കൽ ഫീൽഡിൽ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് MBBSൽ വന്നു ചേർന്ന നിങ്ങൾക്കെല്ലാവർക്കും ദൈവം ആയുസ്സും ആരോഗ്യവും നൽകി നിങ്ങളെ അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.
To all those who have enrolled this new year for this medical course, may the Lord give you health and bless you with all the blessings to complete it.
എല്ലാ കാലത്തും ഈ മെഡിക്കൽ ഫീൽഡ് എന്നുള്ളത് വളരെ ഉത്തരവാദിത്വമുള്ളതും വളരെ കഠിനാധ്വാനമുള്ളതും അതിലപ്പുറം വളരെ ഉയർന്ന നിലവാരം ഉള്ളതുമായ ഒരു ജോലിയാണ്.
All throughout the times, all throughout the times, all throughout the times, all throughout the times, there have been a great position and a value for this medical profession, and it has been honored much.
വളരെ വലിയ പ്രതീക്ഷയോടെ നിങ്ങളുടെ മാതാപിതാക്കന്മാർ വളരെയധികം അധ്വാനിച്ച് പണം ചെലവഴിച്ച് നിങ്ങളെ ഈ ഫീൽഡിലേക്ക് അയച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്.
Your parents have toiled much and labored much and spent many in order to send you into this field.
ഈ മെഡിക്കൽ ഫീൽഡ് എന്നുള്ളത് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ വളരെ ഉത്തരവാദിത്വമുള്ളതും ഉയർന്ന നിലവാരമുള്ളതും അതിനപ്പുറം കഠിനാധ്വാനം ചെയ്യുന്നതുമായ ഒരു ഫീൽഡാണ്.
Medical field is a field which requires high efforts, and it is esteemed high, and it requires hard working too.
നിങ്ങളുടെ എല്ലാ പഠനത്തിലും പ്രവൃത്തിയിലും ദൈവ സാന്നിധ്യം നിങ്ങളോടുകൂടെ ഇരിക്കട്ടെ.
May the presence of the Lord be with you in all your studies and in all your deeds.
യേശു ഭൂമിയിൽ ഇരിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഒരിക്കൽ ഒരാൾ യേശുവിനോട് ചോദിച്ചു, ഗുരു, ആരാണ് നല്ല സ്നേഹിതന്?
Once when Jesus was in this world, a man came unto Jesus and asked, Master, who is a good friend?
അപ്പോൾ യേശു ഒരു നല്ല സ്നേഹിതനെ കുറിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞു.
Then Jesus replied and introduced about a good friend.
ചില വർഷങ്ങൾക്ക് മുൻപ് ഞാൻ ഒരിക്കൽ ഒരു ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽ സന്ദർശിക്കുമ്പോൾ
A few years back, when I was visiting in a hospital,
ആ ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിന്റെ ഫ്രണ്ടിൽ മനോഹരമായ ഒരു ചിത്രം ഞാൻ കണ്ടു.
I saw a beautiful picture over there. Few years back, when I was visiting in a hospital,
ആ ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിന്റെ ഫ്രണ്ടിൽ മനോഹരമായ ഒരു ചിത്രം ഞാൻ കണ്ട ഒരു ചിത്രമായി.
I saw a beautiful image was about a man who got off a cult and went and was helping another man on the street.
അതാ യേശു പറഞ്ഞ ആ മനോഹരമായ കഥയുടെ ഒരു ചിത്രമായിരുന്നു.
It was a beautiful illustration of the story said by Jesus.
ആരാണ് ഏറ്റവും നല്ല സ്നേഹിതൻ?
Who is the best friend?
യേശു പറയുന്ന ഒരു മനുഷ്യൻ യെരൂശലേമിൽ നിന്ന് എരികോവിലേക്ക് പോയി.
Jesus said there was a man who went from Jerusalem to Jericho.
അവന്റെ യാത്ര മധ്യേ അവൻ കള്ളന്മാരുടെ കയ്യിൽ അകപ്പെട്ടു.
On his way, he was trapped by the
ആ വഴി
thieves,
പല യാത്രക്കാരും പോയി.
and many went by that way.
എന്നാൽ അവസാനമായി ഒരു ശമരിയൻ പോയി.
But at the end, there was a Samaritan who went
ആ
there.
ശമരിയൻ അവനെ കണ്ടുടനെ മനസ്സലിഞ്ഞു.
And the Samaritan was moved with compassion as soon as he seen him.
മൃഗത്തിൽ നിന്ന് ഇറങ്ങി അവന്റെ അടുക്കൽ ചെന്നു.
He went off the beast and went to that man
അവനെ കൈകൊണ്ടെടുത്തു.
and took him by his hand
അവന്റെ മുറിവുകളെല്ലാം കെട്ടി.
and binded his wounds
അവൻ എണ്ണയും വീഞ്ഞും കൊടുത്തു.
and gave him oil and wine,
അവന്റെ മുറിവുകളിൽ എണ്ണ ഒഴിച്ചു.
poured oil on his wounds.
അവന്റെ വേദന മറക്കുവാൻ അവന് വീഞ്ഞു കൊടുത്തു.
In order to forget his pain, he gave some wine,
താങ്ങിയെടുത്ത്
and he was taken up
ഒരു സത്രത്തിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുപോയി.
and brought to an inn.
യേശു പറഞ്ഞ വാക്കാണിത്.
These are the words of Jesus.
ഏറ്റവും നല്ല സ്നേഹിതൻ ആര്?
Who is the best friend?
വേദനപ്പെടുന്നവന്റെ മുറിവ് കെട്ടുന്നവനാണ്.
The one who binds the pain.
വേദനപ്പെടുന്നവരുടെ മുറിവ് കെട്ടുന്നവനാണ് ഏറ്റവും നല്ല സ്നേഹിതൻ.
The best friend is the one who binds the wounds and the pain of the painful.
നിങ്ങൾ MBBS ഫീൽഡിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ MD ഒക്കെ എടുത്തൊരു വലിയ ഡോക്ടർ ആകുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ വളരെ ഉയർന്ന നിലവാരമുള്ളവരായിരിക്കും.
Once you complete your MBBS and get your MD, you are in a very high esteem and level.
മാത്രമല്ല ഒരു ജീവനോടുള്ള ആ മൽപ്പിടുത്തത്തിൽ മരണവും ജീവനും തമ്മിലുള്ള യുദ്ധത്തിനിടയിൽ അവർക്ക് സഹായികളായി നിൽക്കുന്നവരാണ് നിങ്ങൾ.
And you are the mediators or the helpers of a conflict or a warfare between life and death.
അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ മനോഭാവം ഒരു സെർവന്റ് മൈൻഡ് ആയിരിക്കണം.
Therefore, our mentality should be like unto a servant.
ആ യേശു പറഞ്ഞ ഒരു നല്ല സ്നേഹിതനെ പോലെ അനേകരുടെ മുറുകെട്ടുവാൻ ദൈവം നിങ്ങളെ സഹായിക്കട്ടെ.
May the Lord bless you that you may be able to bind the wounds of many.
വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ ഇടക്കാലങ്ങളിൽ മുടങ്ങിപ്പോകാതെ ആപത്തോ അനർത്ഥമോ മറ്റ് സാമ്പത്തിക ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകളോ ഒന്നും വരാതെ ദൈവം നിങ്ങളെല്ലാം അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.
Let not any struggles or financial troubles come and cause and make your course to be in halfway.
പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ഈ പഠന വിഷയത്തിൽ നമുക്ക് എല്ലായ്പ്പോഴും ഒരു എയിം, നമുക്കൊരു മുൻപോട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പ്രതീക്ഷ ഉള്ളവരായിരിക്കണം.
We should always have an aim, or we should have a standard, a goal before us in our course.
വരുന്ന രോഗികൾ വളരെ ആശ്വാസം പ്രാപിക്കണം.
And those who come unto us should be consoled and comforted.
മെഡിക്കൽ ഫീൽഡിനേക്കാൾ അപ്പുറം
Above this medical field,
നമ്മളൊരു മനുഷ്യനെ എടുത്തു നോക്കിയാൽ അവന് 3 നിലവാരത്തിലുള്ള വേദനകളുണ്ട്.
if you take a man, you can see that he has 3 kinds of pain.
ഒന്ന് അവന്റെ ശാരീരിക വേദനയാണ്.
One is his physical pain.
അത് മുറിവുകൊണ്ടും വ്രണം കൊണ്ടും ഒടിവ് കൊണ്ടും ചതവ് കൊണ്ടും ഒക്കെ ആ വേദനകൾ ഉണ്ടാകാം.
It can be through wounds or boils or fractures or any sort of ailments.
മെഡിക്കൽ ഫീൽഡിന് ഒരു പരിധി വരെ ആ വേദനകളിൽ നിന്ന് മനുഷ്യനെ രക്ഷിക്കാം.
And medical field can help them to overcome it to a certain level.
രണ്ടാമത്തെ മനുഷ്യന്റെ വേദന മനോവേദനയാണ്.
But the second pain is the pain in your mind.
ചിലരെ കണ്ടാൽ നല്ല നയനമനോഹരമായ വസ്ത്രമൊക്കെ അണിഞ്ഞ് സമൂഹത്തിൽ ജീവിക്കും.
Some, if you see, they would be adorned very well in the society.
നമ്മൾ അവരെ വ്യക്തിപരമായി അടുത്തറിയുമ്പോൾ വലിയ മനോവേദനയുള്ള മനുഷ്യരാണ്.
But when we go into a personal level, we know that they are in great sorrow.
അതിനെ നമുക്ക് ഒരു പരിധി വരെ സ്നേഹം കൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് അവരെ സംരക്ഷിക്കാം.
To a level, we can comfort them with love.
ആൽബർട്ട് ഐൻസ്റ്റീൻ ഒരിക്കൽ തെരുവിൽ കൂടെ പോവുകയായിരുന്നു.
Albert Einstein was walking through the streets one day.
ഒരു യാചകൻ തെരുവിലിരുന്ന് എനിക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും തരാമോ സാർ എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു.
So a beggar pleaded, "Sir, can you give me anything?"
ആൽബർട്ട് ഐൻസ്റ്റീൻ ഇറങ്ങി ചെന്നു.
Albert Einstein went down.
തന്റെ പോക്കറ്റ് തപ്പിയപ്പോൾ പോക്കറ്റിൽ പൈസയൊന്നുമില്ല.
He searched down his pocket, but he could not find any.
അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞു, സ്നേഹിത ഇനിയും വരുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ നിനക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും തരാം.
So he said, "Friend, when I come the next time, I'll give you something."
അദ്ദേഹം ചോദിച്ചു,
So
അങ്ങ്
he
ആരാണ്?
asked-
എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലായില്ലല്ലോ.
He asked, "Who are you?"
അദ്ദേഹം ഐൻസ്റ്റീൻ ചോദിച്ചു, എന്നെ മനസ്സിലായില്ലേ?
Albert Einstein replied, "Don't you know me?"
തലയിലുള്ള തൊപ്പി എടുത്തു മാറ്റി.
Removed off his hat.
ഇപ്പോൾ മനസ്സിലായോ?
"Do you know me?"
ഇല്ല.
"No."
അദ്ദേഹം തോളത്ത് കൊട്ടിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു,
Patted on his shoulders and said,
എടാ സ്നേഹിത, ഞാൻ ആൽബർട്ട് ഐൻസ്റ്റീനാണ്.
"Dear friend, I'm Albert Einstein."
അവൻ ഞെട്ടിപ്പോയി.
He was shocked,
അവൻ ചാടി എഴുന്നേറ്റ് കൈകൂപ്പി.
and he stood up and bowed.
അയ്യോ സാറേ,
"Oh sir,
സാർ എനിക്ക് 1000 പൊന്നാണയം തരുന്നതിനേക്കാൾ വലുതാണ്.
it's more than 1,000 gold coins that you
സാർ
give,
എന്നെ സ്നേഹിത എന്ന് വിളിച്ചില്ലേ?
that you have called me a friend.
ലോക പ്രശസ്തനായ അങ്ങ്
World famous,
ഒരു തെരുവ് യാചകനായ എന്നെ കയറി സാറേ എന്ന് വിളിച്ചില്ലേ?
Call-
സ്നേഹിത എന്ന് വിളിച്ചില്ലേ?
calling a street beggar a
ഞാൻ
friend.
ഇന്നു മുതൽ എല്ലാവരോടും പറയും,
Today I will brag at all
ആൽബർട്ട് ഐൻസ്റ്റീൻ എന്റെ സ്നേഹിതനാണ്.
that Albert Einstein is my friend.
നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതം അതുപോലെ ആയിരിക്കണമേ.
Let our lives be likewise.
നമുക്കൊരു പരിധി വരെ അവരുടെ മുറിപ്പാടുകളെ മെഡിക്കൽ ഫീൽഡ് കൊണ്ട് സഹായിക്കാം.
To an extent, we can help them all the vein of their mind with medical
അതിനപ്പുറം
field.
നമ്മുടെ ആശ്വാസത്തിന്റെ വാക്കുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു പരിധി വരെ അവരെ നമുക്ക് താങ്ങാം.
And beyond that, it would be the words of comfort which could console them.
മൂന്നാമത് നമ്മൾ അനുഭവിക്കുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ പാതാള വേദന എന്ന ബൈബിൾ പറയും.
The third kind of a pain is, as mentioned in the Bible, the pain of the
അത്
hates.
നമ്മുടെ ആത്മാവ് അനുഭവിക്കുന്ന വേദനയാണ്.
That is the struggle or the pain of our spirit.
ഒന്ന് ശരീരവേദനയുണ്ട്.
One is the pain in our body.
അത് രോഗത്താൽ വരുന്നതാണ്.
That's because of sicknesses.
രണ്ട് മനോവേദനയുണ്ട്.
Two, because of the mind.
അത് പ്രതീക്ഷകൾക്ക് ഭംഗം വരികയും നിന്ദിക്കപ്പെടുകയും ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ സംഭവിക്കുന്നതാണ്.
It's when you're reproached or when your hopes go in vain.
മൂന്നാമത് നമ്മുടെ ആത്മാവ് അനുഭവിക്കുന്ന വേദനയാണ് ഭയാനകമായ വേദന.
The third pain is the pain in our spirit, and that's terrible.
ശരി, നമുക്ക് മനസാക്ഷി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒന്നുണ്ട്.
Because we have a thing called conscience.
ഒരാളുടെ ബുദ്ധി എടുത്ത് നമ്മൾ നോക്കിയാൽ
If you take the brain of a man,
ഇതിപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ ബുദ്ധിയുടെ ഭാഗമാണെങ്കിൽ
if this is my brain,
ഈ ബുദ്ധിക്ക് ബാക്കും ഫ്രണ്ടും ഉണ്ട്.
it has a front portion and a back
ഈ
side.
ബാക്ക് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എൻ്റെ ഓർമ്മകളാണ്, മെമ്മറികളാണ്.
And in the back side, it would be the memories which would be collected.
3.5 വയസ്സ് തുടങ്ങിയുള്ള ഓർമ്മകൾ നമുക്കുണ്ട്.
We have the memories right from the age of 3.5.
ഇതിന്റെ ഫ്രണ്ട് വശം ഡിസ്കവറി മൈൻഡാണ്, അന്വേഷിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്ന മനോഭാവമാണ്.
And the front side of the brain would be looking for things and creativity.
എൻ്റെ ഓർമ്മയും എൻ്റെ അന്വേഷണവും കൂടെ ചേരുന്നതിനാണ് ഞാൻ ബുദ്ധി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്.
My memories as well as my creativity collectively called as my brain.
ആ ഓർമ്മയുടെയും അന്വേഷണത്തിന്റെയും ഇടവിൽ നമുക്ക് മനസാക്ഷി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒന്നുണ്ട്.
But in between these two, there's one called conscience.
ആ മനസാക്ഷി ഒരു ചെറിയ ലാമ്പാണ്.
And it is a small
ആ
lamp.
മനസാക്ഷിയുടെ വെളിച്ചത്തിൽ നമുക്ക് ഈശ്വരനെ കാണാം.
With the light of that lamp, we can see
ആ
God.
ഈശ്വരന്റെ നീതിയുള്ള വിധി നമുക്ക് കാണാം.
And we can see the righteous judgment of God.
അപ്പോൾ നീതിമാന്മാരുടെ പരദീസകളും ദുഷ്ടന്മാരുടെ യാതനയും ഏതു മനുഷ്യനും കാണാം.
So the paradise of the righteous and the terrible state of the wicked can be seen.
കാലങ്ങളിലെ ഓർമ്മയും വരുവാൻ പോകുന്നവയെക്കുറിച്ചുള്ള ചിന്തയും വരുമ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സ് വ്യാകുലപ്പെടും.
So the former time memories and the thoughts of the days ahead would bring a conflict in mind.
അപ്പോഴാണ് നമ്മുടെ ആത്മാവ് വേദനപ്പെടുന്നത്.
That's when our spirit starts to struggle.
മനുഷ്യൻ മുഴുവൻ ലോകവും നേടിയാലും
Even if a man earns the whole world,
ആത്മാവ് നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടാൽ എന്തു പ്രയോജനം?
what benefit would it be if he loses his spirit?
ദൈവം നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരെയും അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.
May the Lord bless you all.
നിങ്ങളുടെ സാന്നിധ്യം മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് അനുഗ്രഹമായി തീരണം.
And your presence should be a comfort and a blessing to
നിങ്ങളൊരു
others.
നല്ല ഒരു മുൻപിൽ ഒരു ആദർശം വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ജീവിക്കണം.
And you should have a moral value and a standard ahead of you.
ഭാരതത്തിലെ
In India,
ബഹുമാന്യനായ ഒരു സ്വാമിജിയാണ് സ്വാമി വിവേകാനന്ദൻ.
an honorable dignitary person, Swami Vivekananda.
അദ്ദേഹം കൽക്കട്ടയിൽ ഒരു ബ്രാഹ്മണ കുടുംബത്തിലാണ് ജനിച്ചത്.
He was born in a Brahmin family in Calcutta.
ലോകത്തിലേതു ഭാരതീയനും അഭിമാനിക്കാൻ പറ്റിയ ഒരു മഹാവ്യക്തിത്വമായിരുന്നു സ്വാമി വിവേകാനന്ദൻ.
Swami Vivekananda was an eminent person by which any Indian could be proud of.
കുട്ടിക്കാലത്ത് തന്നെ സ്കൂളിലേക്ക് അയച്ചു.
In his childhood, he was sent to school.
ഒരു ദിവസം തന്റെ സ്കൂൾ അധ്യാപകൻ ചോദിച്ചു, കുട്ടികളോട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആരാകണം?
To one day, the school teacher asked him, "What do you want to be?"
ഓരോ കുട്ടികൾ എഴുന്നേറ്റ് എനിക്ക് ഡോക്ടർ ആകണം, മന്ത്രിയാകണം ഇതൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നു.
So each student stood up and said, "I want to be a doctor or a
ഒരു
minister."
മൂലയിലിരിക്കുന്ന സ്വാമി വിവേകാനന്ദൻ കുഞ്ഞു ബാലൻ അദ്ദേഹത്തോട് ചോദിച്ചു, കുട്ടിക്ക് എന്താകണം?
And then the question came into Swami Vivekananda, "What do you want to be?"
ചാടി എഴുന്നേറ്റ് പറഞ്ഞു, എനിക്കൊരു കുതിരവണ്ടിക്കാരനാകണോ.
He rose up and said, "I want to be a chariot rider."
ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ഇരുന്നവരെല്ലാം കൂടെ ചിരിച്ചു.
All the class started to laugh,
അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് വലിയ ലജ്ജ തോന്നി.
and he was ashamed.
താൻ കണ്ടതിൽ ഏറ്റവും വലിയൊരാള് കുതിരവണ്ടിക്കാരനായിരുന്നു.
Because the greatest person he has seen was a chariot rider.
അപ്പൊ താനെ വീട്ടിൽ ചെന്നു അമ്മയോട് സംസാരിച്ചു.
Then he went home and spoke to his mom.
അപ്പൊ അമ്മ ചോദിച്ചു, എന്ത് പറ്റി മോൻ വിഷാദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്?
Mom asked, "Son, why are you disappointed?"
അമ്മേ, ഇന്ന് ടീച്ചർ ഇങ്ങനെ ചോദിച്ചു.
So teacher asked me today.
അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, എനിക്കൊരു കുതിരവണ്ടിക്കാരനാകണോ.
I said, "I want to be a chariot rider."
അമ്മ ചോദിച്ചു, ഇതിനാണോ കുഞ്ഞിനെ ഞങ്ങൾ കഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട് സ്കൂളിൽ അയക്കുന്നത്?
Son, is it for this reason that we are sending you to school?
കുതിരവണ്ടിക്കാരനാകാനാണോ?
Do you just want to be a chariot rider?
അപ്പൊ അദ്ദേഹം നിർബന്ധമായി പറഞ്ഞു, എനിക്കൊരു കുതിരവണ്ടിക്കാരനായാൽ മതി.
He was saying compulsory, "I want to be a chariot
അമ്മ
rider."
വളരെ വലിയ ആളായിരുന്നു.
That mother was a great woman.
അമ്മ ഉടനെ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു?
You know what the mother did?
കുഞ്ഞു ബാലനെ മുറിയിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുപോയി.
Took the child to the room.
അവിടെ ആ ചുവരിൽ ഒരു നല്ല ചിത്രം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
There was a beautiful picture on the wall.
മഹാഭാരത യുദ്ധത്തിൽ
And of the battle of Mahabharata.
ഭഗവാൻ കൃഷ്ണൻ അർജുനന്റെ തേര് തെളിക്കുന്നതായി.
It was a battle where the chariot was
ഈ
cleared.
അമ്മ ആ ഫോട്ടോ ചൂണ്ടിക്കാണിച്ചിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു,
Showing that photo, he said,
കുഞ്ഞ് ആ കുതിരവണ്ടിക്കാരനെ കണ്ടോ?
"Do you see that chariot rider?
നീ അതുപോലൊരു കുതിരവണ്ടിക്കാരനാകണം.
You have to be such a chariot rider."
നമ്മുടെ മുൻപിൽ എല്ലായ്പ്പോഴും ഒരു നല്ല മാർഗനിർദ്ദേശം വെച്ച് കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കാവൂ.
Therefore, children, you should study only after keeping a
നിങ്ങളുടെ
goal.
സാന്നിധ്യം മറ്റുള്ളവർക്കൊക്കെ അനുഗ്രഹമായിരിക്കണം.
And your presence should be a blessing to everyone.
ഒരിക്കൽ നിങ്ങളെ വന്ന ഒരു രോഗി കണ്ടാൽ അവൻ വീണ്ടും നമ്മളെ തേടി വരണം.
Once, if a sick person comes and search for you, he should come and again,
ഞാൻ
again,
സമയം
again.
ദീർഘിപ്പിക്കുന്നില്ല.
I don't want to extend my time.
നാളുകൾക്ക് മുൻപേ ഞാൻ യാദൃശ്യമായ ഒരു കഥ കേട്ടു.
A few time before, I heard a story.
അത് ഇംഗ്ലണ്ടിൽ പുരാതന കാലത്ത് നടന്നിട്ടുള്ളതാണെന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്.
It is said that the incident happened a few times before in England.
ഗ്രാമത്തില്
In a small village,
ഒരു ഡോക്ടർ ഏകനായി താമസിക്കുക.
a doctor was living alone.
താൻ രാവിലെ അപ്പോൾ താൻ പുറത്തൊരു ശബ്ദം കേട്ടു.
And outside, he heard a sound.
സ്കൂൾ കുട്ടികൾ ഒരു തെരുവ് നായയെ കല്ലെറിയുന്ന ശബ്ദം.
school students stoning a stray dog,
അപ്പോൾ ആ തെരുവുനാ കിടന്ന് കരഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്.
and the stray dog was crying.
ഉടനെ ഇദ്ദേഹം ഇറങ്ങിച്ചെന്ന് കുട്ടികളെല്ലാം ഓടിച്ചു വിട്ടു.
And again he went out and he shoo off all the children
നായ്ക്കുട്ടിയെ എടുത്തു,
and took that puppy
അതിനെ കൊണ്ടുപോയി അതിന്റെ മുറിവുകളൊക്കെ കെട്ടി,
and binded its wounds,
അതിന് ബിസ്ക്കറ്റും പാലും ഒക്കെ കൊടുത്തു.
gave it biscuit and milk.
താൻ ഏകനായതുകൊണ്ട് ആ നായ്ക്കുട്ടിയും തന്നോടൊപ്പം വളർന്നു.
Because he was alone, the dog lived along with
കുറെ
him.
നാളിന് ശേഷം താൻ മറ്റൊരു സ്ഥലത്തേക്ക് എമർജൻസി പോകേണ്ടി വന്നു.
After long years, one day he had to go for an
അത്
emergency.
കഴിഞ്ഞ് താൻ മടങ്ങി വരുമ്പോൾ പിന്നെ ആ നായ്ക്കുട്ടിയെ കണ്ടില്ല.
And when he came back, he did not see the dog.
താൻ ഓർത്തവനൊരു തെരുവുനായല്ലേ,
He thought it's a stray dog.
അവന്റെ വഴിക്ക് പോയി കാണും.
He might have gone his way.
ചില നാളുകൾ കഴിഞ്ഞൊരു ദിവസം പ്രഭാതത്തിൽ താൻ പേപ്പർ വായിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക.
After a few days, one day he was reading the newspaper.
അപ്പോൾ ആരോ കതകിൽ കൊട്ടുന്നു.
Someone knocking at the door.
അദ്ദേഹം ഓർത്ത് അവിടെ കോളിംഗ് ബെല്ലുണ്ടല്ലോ, ആരാണ് ഈ കഥയെ കൊട്ടുന്നത്?
There is a calling bell. Who is knocking at the door?
അദ്ദേഹം വീണ്ടും ചോദിച്ചു, ആരായി കഥയെ കൊട്ടുന്നത്?
He asked, who is he?
പിന്നെ ഈ കഥയിൽ കിടന്ന് ആരോ ഇടിക്കുന്നു.
Again, someone knocking on the door.
അപ്പൊ അദ്ദേഹം എഴുന്നേറ്റ് ഇന്ന് തുറന്നു നോക്കി.
He went and opened.
തുറന്നു നോക്കിയപ്പോൾ പഴയ നായ്ക്കുട്ടിയാണ്.
And he saw the old dog there.
തൊട്ടടുത്ത് മറ്റൊരു നായി നിൽക്കുന്നു.
And then another dog with him.
അവന്റെ കാൽ ഒടിഞ്ഞു തൂങ്ങിക്കിടക്കുകയാണ്.
And his leg was broken and
അപ്പൊ ഈ
hanging.
നായ്ക്കുട്ടി എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നറിയാമോ?
You know what this dog did?
അവന്റെ ചെവിയെ കടിച്ചു പിടിച്ചോണ്ട് ഈ ഡോക്ടർ അരികിലേക്ക് വരികയാണ്.
Bit on the other dog's ear and was bringing to the doctor.
ദയനീയമായിട്ട് ഈ ഡോക്ടറെ ഒന്ന് നോക്കി.
And was looking pitifully.
എന്താണ് അതിന്റെ രഹസ്യം?
You know what's the reason?
സാർ എന്നോട് കരുണ കാണിച്ചതുപോലെ
Just like how you showed mercy to me,
എന്റെ സ്നേഹിതനോടുകൂടെ കരുണ കാണിക്കാമോ?
show mercy to this dear friend.
അവന് സംസാരിക്കാൻ അറിഞ്ഞുകൂടാ.
He doesn't know to speak.
പക്ഷെ അവന്റെ സ്നേഹിതനായ തെരുവുനാ മുറിവേറ്റ് കിടക്കുന്ന കണ്ടപ്പോൾ
But when he saw the stray dog wounded,
അവൻ ആ നായുടെ ചെവിക്ക് കടിച്ചു പിടിച്ച് ഡോക്ടറെ കൊണ്ട് പരിചയപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്.
bit on his ear and taking him to his friend.
നമ്മുടെ മെഡിക്കൽ ഫീൽഡിൽ ഇത് ഓർമ്മയിൽ വെച്ചുകൊള്ളണം.
Keep these things in your mind, medical
നമ്മുടെ
field.
സാന്നിധ്യം മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് അനുഗ്രഹമായിരിക്കണം.
Our presence should be a blessing to
ദൈവം നിങ്ങളെ
others.
എല്ലാവരെയും അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.
May the Lord bless you all.
നമ്മുടെ പ്രവർത്തികൾ മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് അനുഗ്രഹമാകണം.
Our deeds should be a blessing to others.
അതുപോലെ നിങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ മാതാപിതാക്കന്മാരെ അനുസരിക്കണം.
And you have to obey your parents.
ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ചെയർമാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇവിടെ ചോയ്സ് അനുസരിച്ച് സെലക്ഷൻ ചെയ്യാമെന്ന്.
As the honorable chairman said, you can choose according to
എനിക്ക്
you.
ആ കാര്യത്തോട് താല്പര്യമില്ല.
I am not that willing about it.
നമ്മുടെ മാതാപിതാക്കന്മാരെ നമ്മൾ ബഹുമാനിക്കണം.
You have to honor your parents too.
ഒരു വലിയ പ്രതീക്ഷയോടാണ് നിങ്ങളെ ഈ കോളേജിലേക്ക് അയക്കുന്നത്.
Because with great hope, they are sending you to
അവർക്ക്
college.
കഴിയാനൊക്കാത്തത് കൊണ്ട് അവർ പലതും ആഗ്രഹിച്ച് നിങ്ങളെ അയക്കുന്നു.
Because they could not do many things, they are sending you with
പറയുന്ന
hope.
ലോ എന്തെന്ന് നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാമോ?
You know what is the law mentioned in the Bible?
മകനെ,
Son,
നിനക്ക് ദീർഘായുസ് ഉണ്ടാകാനും
for a long life
നിനക്ക് നന്മ ഉണ്ടാകാനും
and to be blessed,
നീ നിന്റെ അപ്പനെയും അമ്മയും ബഹുമാനിക്കണം.
you should honor and obey your father and your mother.
രാവിലെ എഴുന്നേറ്റ് നായ ഓടുന്ന പോലെ തെരുവിൽ ഓടണമെന്നൊന്നുമില്ല.
Doesn't mean you have to run like a dog early in the morning.
നീ ലൂലുവിൽ പോയി ഓസ്ട്രേലിയയിൽ നിന്ന് കൊണ്ടുവരുന്ന ചക്കക്കുരു മേടിച്ച് തിന്നണമെന്നൊന്നുമില്ല.
Doesn't mean you have to take the jackfruit seeds from Australia.
നിനക്ക് ദീർഘായുസ്സും ഉണ്ടാകും, നന്മയും ഉണ്ടാകും.
You have to have a long life and
നീ
blessing.
നിന്റെ അപ്പനെയും അമ്മയും ബഹുമാനിക്കണം.
And for that, you have to honor your father and mother.
മറ്റൊരാളുടെ ദുഃഖത്തിൽ നിന്ന് നാം പ്രാപിക്കുന്ന ആശ്വാസം ഒരിക്കലും നമുക്ക് സുരക്ഷിതമല്ല.
The comfort and the joy which you get from others' sorrow is not a good thing.
പ്രതീക്ഷയോടെ നമ്മളെ അയച്ചു പോകും.
Because they are sending us with great hope.
ആ പ്രതീക്ഷയ്ക്ക് ഭംഗം വരാതെ നിങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ ജീവിതത്തെ സൂക്ഷിക്കണം.
You should keep your life so that their hope is not diminished.
ദൈവം നിങ്ങളെ എല്ലാവരെയും അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.
May the Lord bless you all.
ഒരു കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങൾക്ക് പോലും അവരുടെ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസത്തിന്റെ ഇടിവിൽ മരണമോ അനർത്ഥമോ ഒന്നും വരാതെ ദൈവം കാക്കട്ടെ.
May the Lord keep you from all harms and unwanted incidents in your
നിങ്ങൾ ഈ
course.
പ്രസ്ഥാനത്തിന് അനുഗ്രഹമായി തീരട്ടെ.
You should be a blessing to this
നിങ്ങൾ
institution
നിങ്ങളുടെ കുടുംബങ്ങൾക്ക് അനുഗ്രഹമായി തീരട്ടെ.
and a blessing to your family
നിങ്ങൾ നമ്മുടെ ഈ മഹാരാജ്യത്തിന് അനുഗ്രഹമായി തീരട്ടെ.
and a blessing to this great nation.
ധാരാളം ബുദ്ധിയും ആയുസ്സും കൃപയും എല്ലാം ദൈവം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തരും.
And the Lord will bestow much grace and wisdom
നിങ്ങൾ
and
ഒരു
luck.
ദിവസം ഭൂമിയിൽ ഒരു നന്മ ചെയ്യണം.
You have to do at least one good one day.
ഒരു ദിവസം ഭൂമിയിൽ ഒരു നന്മ ചെയ്യണം.
One day in this world, one goodness
ഇപ്പോൾ
indeed.
വർഷം എത്ര നന്മ ചെയ്യാം?
So how many goodness in a year?
365 നന്മ ചെയ്യാം.
365 good things.
അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഈ ഒരു ജന്മം കൊണ്ട് എത്ര നന്മ ചെയ്യാം?
Then with one life, how much good things you can do.
ഹിമാലയത്തോളം നന്മകൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ചെയ്യാം.
Goodness as high as the Himalayas.
ദൈവം നിങ്ങളെ അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.
May the Lord bless you
നിങ്ങളെ
all.
പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്ന അധ്യാപകരെയും അനുസരിച്ച് അവർക്ക് കീഴ്പ്പെട്ടിരുന്ന് ഒരു ജന്മം ഒരു ജീവിതമുള്ള നിങ്ങളുടെ ജീവിതം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അനുഗ്രഹമായി തീരട്ടെ.
Let your life be a blessing and you be honoring and be subjected to your
നമുക്ക് ഒരു
teachers.
നിമിഷം എഴുന്നേറ്റ് നിന്നൊരു വാക്ക് പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കാം.
For a moment shall we all be on our legs.
നീതിയുള്ള ഞങ്ങളുടെ പരിശുദ്ധ പിതാവേ,
Our righteous Holy Father,
ഞങ്ങളുടെ ആയുസ്സിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ദിനം അങ്ങ് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ദാനമായി തന്നല്ലോ.
you gave us once again a day in our life.
ഭൂമിയിൽ വന്ന് ജനിപ്പാനും ജീവിപ്പാനുള്ള ഭാഗ്യം ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ലഭിച്ചല്ലോ.
You gave us the privilege to be born and to live in this world.
കടന്നു വന്നിരിക്കുന്ന കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളെല്ലാം ദൈവം അനുഗ്രഹിക്കണമേ.
Bless all the children who have gathered
അവർക്ക്
here.
ആയുസ്സും ആരോഗ്യവും കൊടുക്കണമേ.
Give them life and health.
അവർക്ക് പഠിപ്പാനുള്ള ബുദ്ധിയും അറിവും ജ്ഞാനവും ദൈവം കൊടുക്കണമേ.
Give them the wisdom and the understanding and the knowledge,
അവരുടെ
Lord.
ജീവിതം മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് ഒരു അനുഗ്രഹമായി തീരണമേ.
Let their life be a blessing to
ഈ
all.
മാനേജ്മെന്റിനെയും അതിലെ പ്രവർത്തകരെയും എല്ലാ സ്റ്റാഫിനെയും അനുഗ്രഹിച്ച് കാക്കണമേ.
Lord, keep the management and the staff and the workers within.
കഠിനമായി പഠിപ്പാൻ ആഗ്രഹം ഉണ്ടായിട്ടും സാധിക്കാതെ പോകുന്ന കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളെയും ഓർത്ത് പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു.
We do pray for those who could not make it to this
ഞങ്ങൾക്ക്
course.
നൽകുന്ന അവസരം അവർക്ക് നൽകി അവരെയും ഭൂമിയിൽ മാന്യരാക്കി തീർക്കണമേ.
Give them the opportunities to and make them honorable.
കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളുടെ മാതാപിതാക്കന്മാരെയും അവരുടെ കുടുംബങ്ങളെയും അനുഗ്രഹിക്കണം.
Bless the students, parents, as well as their relatives.
അനർത്ഥമോ പകർച്ചവ്യാധിയോ ഒന്നും കൂടാതെ
Keep them from all disasters and unwanted incidents
സൂക്ഷിച്ച്
and keep them safe
അവരുടെ ജീവിതം ധന്യമാക്കി തീർക്കണമേ.
and make their life a blessed one.
സിയോനിൽ അവരെ അനുഗ്രഹിക്കണം.
Bless them out of Zion.
ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട മാനേജ്മെന്റ് അവരുടെ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളെയൊക്കെ ദൈവം അനുഗ്രഹിക്കണം.
Bless the deeds of the honorable management.
തുടർന്നും അങ്ങയുടെ സാന്നിധ്യം ഈ കോമ്പൗണ്ടിൽ ഉണ്ടാകണം.
Let thy presence be filled in this compound.
തിരുക്കരത്തിൽ ഏൽപ്പിക്കുന്നു.
Submitting in your hands.
യേശുവിന്റെ നാമത്തിൽ തന്നെ.
In Jesus' name we pray.
ആമേൻ.
Amen.
ദൈവം നിങ്ങളെല്ലാം അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.
May the Lord bless you all.
Hello. Thank you, Pastor, for the wonderful blessings you have showered to our newcomers and to all of us. Next, I would like to gladly and honorably welcome our one and only Dean, a really true inspiration and a brilliant teacher, our Dean, Dr. Y.M. Fazil Marikia, sir, for the keynote address. Welcome, sir.
Lovable Mr. Chairman, Dr. Abraham Kalamannil, distinguished pastor, my dear Sri Devi, Venukumar, the medical superintendent, Joe, the MD, Sam Abraham, vice chairman, and his wife, Jessie, the beautiful one, please stand up. The sari lady. So she is the controller of the whole family and the whole institution, including me. Nobody else other than me dares to go and talk directly to the chairman about policies. And she is so powerful, she defeats me quite often. Mithun Anil Kumar, the honored guest, the chief guest of the day, Dr. Iqbal, my close friend, colleague for the last 56 years. E. Iqbal and F. Fazil Marakar, we used to be the adjacent names in the 1965 batch of MBBS in Trivandrum Medical College. And we still continue to be very, very close, as you would understand as time passes by. I am extremely unhappy that 6 of our children are not able to attend this function. This is a very, very important function because you cannot repeat it. 5 years later, you will not be able to repeat all the people who are sitting here in this hall. I remember the day, the 1st of November 2018, there was a big meeting here to honor me. No one at that time thought that I would be alive on this day. But here I am, kicking and doing all my work much more than what it happened on that day. God is supreme. For those people who are not able to attend this function, my heartfelt feelings for you, but all the same, There is something that God has destined, we cannot change. A lot of my work is reduced as of today compared to all the previous years because you have understood what the profession is, you have understood what Mount Zion is, you have understood what I am, and I have also understood and conveyed to you what our relationship is like. In 2019, the Medical Council of India brought forward a new regulation called CBME, Competency Based Medical Education. Knowledge is not enough. Now I am going to implement this scheme by calling my friend, what is your name? Stand up, please. Aishwarya, please come and stand in the front. She had a responsibility to do. Somebody asked her, I want one student to come and light the lamp. She is probably doing that for the first time. I was observing how she is doing the work. I recognize that she had not done it properly earlier. It is my responsibility as a teacher to teach her how to hold the lamp and take the lamp for lighting. So I am going to teach that. That is the knowledge is cognitive sense. The way you do or perform the knowledge is psychomotor sense. When you have further plenty of opportunities in your life to be asked to go and light the lamp as a chief guest, you should know how to hold the lamp. That's okay, fine. Please come back. That's right. It may be a custom, but whenever you are following it, please go and sit. There is no sorry. A child is to be taught. And the child does not say sorry to the parents when they are asked to walk this way, write this way. It's not a sorry. It is our job to see that you excel. Why did I tell you that? All the 94 people and all the parents and the children looking around on the online should be able to do it properly. If everybody starts doing things properly, we will be wonderful in future. Why are we wonderful? Why is Mount Zion wonderful? I have a concept of 8 for whatever I teach, whatever I believe, whatever I conceive as policies. I find 8 things special. I have actually completed 8 years in service here, and today is the 8th. So 8 is with me. The first and foremost thing that I appreciate in this institution is the discipline. It's a challenge to everybody sitting here or anybody seeing outside. Will there be any medical college in India or abroad in Kerala or outside anywhere where you can replicate this sort of dress code? And my students have been following that absolutely in order for all the 5 years, and you will hopefully continue the same legacy. You should understand that this is not practicable in any other medical college in the world. Discipline. There are very rigid principles which are told to you, and if you follow that for 6 years from now, you will not smoke, drink, take drugs, or get into immoral activities all through your life. We have taken you from your parents as children. 6 years later, we will return them to you, the parents, as professionals. And the day of metamorphosis has started today. 6 years later, we will return them to you. The second aspect which is special for this institution is the academic. And the day of metamorphosis has started today. Is 6 years later, we will return them to you. The second aspect which is special for this institution is new medical college. And
with all metamorphosis Sunil Kumar can achieve in life. 6 years later, we will return them to you. The second aspect which spans over all the years is new academic program. And the area of metamorphosis Sunil Kumar can achieve in life. 6 years later, we will return them to you. The second aspect which spans over all the years is new academic program. And the area of metamorphosis Sunil Kumar can achieve in life. 6 years later, we will return them to you. The second aspect which spans over all the years is new academic program. And the area of metamorphosis Sunil Kumar can achieve in life. 6 years later, we will return them to you. The second aspect which spans over all the years is new academic program. And the area of metamorphosis Sunil Kumar can achieve in life. 6 years later, we will return them to you. The second aspect which spans over all the years is new academic program. And the area of metamorphosis Sunil Kumar can achieve in life. 6 years later, we will return them to you. The second aspect which spans over all the years is new academic program. And the area of metamorphosis Sunil Kumar can achieve in life. 6 years later, we will return them to you. The second aspect which spans over all the years is new academic program. And the area of metamorphosis Sunil Kumar can achieve in life. 6 years later, we will return them to you. The second aspect which spans over all the years is new academic program. And the area of metamorphosis Sunil Kumar can achieve in life. 6 years later, we will return them to you. The second aspect which spans over all the years is new academic program. And the area of metamorphosis Sunil Kumar can achieve in life. 6 years later, we will return them to you. The second aspect which spans over all the years is new academic program. And the area of metamorphosis Sunil Kumar can achieve in life. 6 years later, that is what the second aspect which spans over all the years is new academic program. And the area of metamorphosis Sunil Kumar can achieve in life. 6 years later, that is what the second aspect which spans over all the years is do not waste your time now. The day has started. That is what the second aspect which spans over all the years. Do not waste your time now. The day has started. That is what the second aspect which spans over all the years. Do not waste your time now. This institution is the management. You would all have recognized that I am a different person. Different for you, intolerable for many, most of all the management. After I retired from Trivandrum Medical College in 2003, I started the SUT Medical College, but the management was not able to tolerate me for more than 4 years. By that time, the college had been established. I had to leave. Not able to. I came down to Azizia Medical College, started the medical college. By that time, the college had been established. The management. The last inspection is over. I came down to Azizia Medical College, started the medical college. By that time, the college had been established. The management. The last inspection is over. I came down to Azizia Medical College, started the medical college. By that time, the college had been established. The last inspection is over. I came down to Azizia Medical College, started the medical college. By that time, the college had been established. The last inspection is over. I came down to Azizia Medical College, started the medical college. By that time, the college had been established. My chairman over. You all came down to Azizia Medical College, started the medical college. My chairman over. You all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Given the minute. You all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Speciality of dilute. Given the minute. You all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Speciality of dilute. Given the minute. You all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Speciality of dilute. Given the minute. You all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Speciality of dilute. Given the minute. You all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Speciality of dilute. Given the minute. You all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Speciality of dilute. Given the minute. You all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Speciality of dilute. Given the minute. You all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Speciality of dilute. Given the minute. You all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Speciality of dilute. Given the minute. You all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whatever problem you have, you all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whatever problem you have, you all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whatever problem you have, you all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whatever problem you have, you all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whatever problem you have, you all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whatever problem you have, you all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whatever problem you have, you all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whatever problem you have, you all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whatever problem you have, you all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whatever problem you have, you all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whatever problem you have, you all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whatever problem you have, you all came down to Azizia Medical College. Just follow the rules. Whate Whatever problem follow the rule. Whatever problem just 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 follow the rule. Whatever problem consider that of all the principal's office which I have considered during the period of my principalship and deanship, I find that Mount Zion Medical College principal's office is the strongest which I have ever seen, and I need to mention that. The next heights of this institution is the teachers, which I can proudly say that in the last 6 years of the existence of this institution, not a single student of this institution, not a single student was harassed. I can proudly say that in the last 6 years of the existence, nobody has reduced a single mark. Not a single nobody has reduced. Not a single student was harassed because some naughty thing was done by any student. You can never expect that sort of attitude from any teachers in any medical college. That is the brotherhood that the teachers have created in this institution and continuing strongly. I congratulate all the teachers. Dr. J.S. Sabarinathan, the professor of anatomy, is going to be the MEU coordinator, and the coordinator of the first MBBS is the most friendly professor we have, at least one of them. And we all have all the other departments. I am not mentioning any. And my student Venukumar is created by me, and I can proudly tell that. I created many people, and he has come to the laurels of administration as the medical superintendent all through. He only brought me here. Sir, I want to go and start a medical college. I can't do it without you. Please come, we will go together. And that's how we came 8 years ago. He came here, and then within 10 days I was here. So he has got a lot of influence on me. And he will be very important in the hospital. And then I should mention Sibi. Sibi is the kingpin of the whole batch, completely coordinating the hospital with the chairman, and whenever there is anything wrong on the policy, I will say, Sibi, this is wrong. So Sibi will go and tell chairman, the dean says you are wrong. So chairman immediately understands. If chairman understands that the dean and Sibi are telling something is wrong, there is something wrong. So we can influence. And if worst of thing come, Al Jesse is always there. Sleeping, sir. Sir. So the next thing and most important is an excellent IT department we have. Somebody might have thought the Mount Zion is nothing. It's an old, most new institution, small institution. But I will tell you, when the COVID struck, I was deeply hurt by that the students will not be able to be taught. I asked Ranjit, Binoy was stuck in the Gulf countries because of the COVID, who could not come back. Ranjit was always there. I said, Ranjit, I want to teach the students. Because in 2014, when we started this institution, I got lots of ideas in mind. Most of them are already effective. One is, the teacher is not in station, he can take the class. A student is not in station, he can attend the class. So I said, Ranjit, what shall we do? Then Ranjit said, sir, your policy is always there in 2014. We could not accomplish it completely, but then I will tell you an idea. There is something called Zoom. Nobody in the campus or in this state had heard about Zoom. So he started Zoom. I started taking classes. I started taking classes in March for the students. By June, the Kerala University of Health Sciences started waking up to the realities. They were more powerful. they identified that there is a program called Moodle, which is a platform. Zoom is only a meeting place. The Moodle program, they taught for the teacher of teachers, training program for the principals, the IT department, and then the IT department of Binoy and Ranjit took over the responsibility. They started a Google Cloud program for this institution, and this institution was recognized by Google for giving them free connection. We can preserve any number of data through this program. So we connected the the Cloud to the Moodle program. And we had a strong team in the IT department, supported by the IT department and my Joyce, my secretary to the dean. See, we conducted with the team of teachers also, Jaya Sabarinath and the pharmacology professor. They are all deeply into that. And we have established for the first time in the University of Kerala University of Health Sciences a beautiful program of Moodle connected to the Google Meet, and all the classes can be taken with only one restriction, that we have got a free connection only for 100 people, and we will be able to manage the classes for the Moodle program. And the excellent way they are organizing the online programs and the Moodle programs, and anything that you want, immediately the answer will be there. I thank the IT department for that. Next, the greatest thing that I can have is my senior students. The first batch did not have a ragging. But the first day I talked, Mithun and Anil Kumar will remember, it is not a friendly talk. It was an arrogant talk where everybody was shivering, because I as a teacher, I as a principal had to establish discipline, and the way I talked was totally different. Mithun would know. Everybody was shivering. Nobody would dare to look at the face of the principal. But that is the face I had to have. Karadi principal was the name given. Then later on the name changed. I will not tell about that. You can find from the seniors. But then I said, if you are good, I will be at your level. And you somehow or the other got me to that level straight away, dragged me to you. And today morning, some 3 or 4 people came. I said, you go and distribute the sweets. They did the whole thing in 100 boxes, 8 sweets each in a box, and everything was ready. I get the students to do that. So the ragging to mentoring is the concept that we are following. There will be no ragging in the campus. Your seniors will help you, but at the same time, Damocles sword is on top. If there is any irregularity, immediate action, suspension, information to the principal, and dismissal from the college. All the softness that you see in me will be disappearing in 1 minute. You cannot afford to do anything, think about anything, dream about anything. It applies to you for the next year when you become seniors. This rule is applicable to every student in this campus. The last but not the least, God-given 1 month. We had a program of the early clinical exposure and the foundation month. These are the new policies of the government. For me, it is not new. The day I started to be a teacher 50 years ago, I started interacting with the students and directly taking you to the wards. You remember, Mithun? Immediately during the first MBBS, whenever there is a holiday, but only 2 holidays primarily, the Republic Day and the Independence Day, and then I would take them to the wards and show them the wards. So I was doing this early clinical exposure the moment I became a teacher, and I continue to do that. The foundation month was started now last year, but we have been doing that all along. It has been officialized, and 1 month, almost every day, we had been spending hours together, seeing what I am doing, what I am living. I believe in what that is called medical Gurukulam. Medical Gurukulam. And I'm extremely glad that I could initiate that successfully. And yesterday we stopped that because on the condition that the classes will start for the first MBBS today. And I asked for the feedbacks, and I got feedbacks from almost 75 people. We are going to make the information available to the university, the state government, the central government, the National Medical Commission, because I believe that our institution is the only institution where this program has been done for the utilizing the 1 month which was wasted by various unfortunate events of the COVID. And then from today onwards, you are going to enter into a tight scheduling For the parents, please understand, the students are going to be living something in a jail. No freedom to move about, no freedom for anything. You got only hardly 9 months. And the National Medical Commission has told that the first MBBS examination will be on the 1st of February 2022. There is no time. And the system is so tough that if you don't pass, you'll be losing 1 year. So please, the parents should not think about taking your children home for any small paltry things. And one day, during the interactions, a parent asked, when can I take my child? The answer is 28th of February 2025. Please do not disturb our children before that. They've got a great responsibility to finish a truncated MBBS in 4 years, and rather than 4.5 to 5 years. Do not destroy their future, please. I do not want to go further about 8Com and all that. We already discussed about that. Now, I want to recognize Mithun Anil Kumar by giving the memento for bringing such a great recognition for the institution. You also saw during the online sessions, I was directing you to the convocation ceremony that took place about 10 days back when the university was announcing Mithun Anil Kumar of the Mount Sion Medical College, Pathanamthitta. I was very, very proud, and I asked the chairman and everybody else to see, and that is the proudest moment for the institution. Please.
Let's give a huge round of applause for the wonderful achievement that he has got.
He secured 83.71% with an aggregate of 2,051 out of 2,040.
I would now request the chairman to hand over a cup for Nandita Suresh. He is the first rank holder of the final MBBS Part 1 examination held recently. Please. Thank you. Every year I used to tell, if you get the first rank of the Kerala University of Health Sciences for your first MBBS examination, I will give a gold sovereign. When I told that first in 2014, do you remember? He got the sovereign. Not only that, chairman said if principal is going to give the sovereign, I also will give, because he thought it not going to happen. Poor chairman lost a sovereign. My Venukumar said, you are going to give 8, I will give 10 grams. So nothing is going to happen. It's all your dream. Poor Venukumar had to give this the 10 sovereigns. You still have that. And then there was a GM. Where is GM has not come? Thomas John. Thomas John, general manager, he said, oh, if everybody is giving, I will also give. Poor man did not know that you are talking about Mithun Anil Kumar. You got that also, right? So then everybody stopped offering. But I'm sure chairman will agree with me that if I give, he will give. And if I give, Venu will give. Thomas John, Rajo will give. So this is an offer which is still on. It is very easy, provided you follow the rules and look after yourself. Anyone can make it. Anyone can make it. You have seen what I am. If I am what I am, you can also be what I am. I am an ordinary person. If I can be what I am, you can be what I am. Nandita can be what I am. I am giving you the option to become one. So with that, I will stop. We'll come for the oath later on. It's taking a lot of time, but still we have to go through this. Thank you. Iqbal, are you ready?
Dr. B. Iqbal. He has many feathers in his cap: a public activist, a neurosurgeon, an academician. Former Vice Chancellor of the University of Kerala, served as a member of the Kerala State Planning Board. Currently, he is a chairperson of the Expert Committee on COVID-19 Management in Kerala. We are extremely privileged to have his virtual presence today with us. Sir will be connecting to us through an online speech. We welcome you, sir.
Well, please start.
Sir. Hello, sir. Are we audible?
I can hear you. Can
Yes,
you
sir.
hear me? Can you see me?
Sir, we can hear you, sir. Can you be a bit more loud, sir, please?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Iqbal, start.
Hello, sir.
Start talking, we can hear you.
സംസാരിക്കാമോ?
Kekam.
കേൾക്കാമല്ലോ? ശരി. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Respected manager of the college, the higher authorities of the college, and the distinguished pastor, whom I listened to for some time. And I am extremely happy to be with you this morning when the new batch of students are being welcomed to Mount Sion College. I am sorry that I could not present there in person because I am undergoing reverse quarantine. Actually, Dr. Fasil should also undergo reverse quarantine, but he loves your institution so much so that he is taking the risk and coming and making this presentation there. Well, I hope that sometime in future, I will be able to come there and see you all face to face and talk to you on some other subject. You know, their day is almost so I will not keep you take much of your time. I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you a story. A story I am sure many of you have heard already. Rather than a story, it is my personal experience. Dr. Fasil, we joined MBBS in 1965, more than half a century back. Of course, none of you were born. Maybe your parents also were not born at that time. And I belong to a place very near to your college. That I am a native of Changanashiri. I am sure that there will be a few students from country that I cannot meet them now. My house is just in front of the Bishop Palace, the Catholic Bishop Palace. But behind our house, there is a CSI church. And this CSI church, the pastor at that time, the priest at that time, was Nainan Achan, Father Nainan, who belongs to Kaviu, again a place very near to your college. So I was my most intimate friend, even now is Father Nainan's son, George Nainan. I called him Raju. Raju is my closest friend. He was an English teacher. He was working there. I met him in South Africa. He is now returned and now staying in Toronto. He is still my very close friend. So when I was selected for MBBS, that time it was a big news because there were only few colleges in Kerala at that time. And all those who are admitted to medical college, the list will appear in the newspapers. So it is a big event. And my father was only a merchant at that time, a small merchant in Changanassery. So my family were very happy, and Raju took me to his father, Father Nainan, who was almost like a father to me, to get his blessings. Then Father Nainan gave me copies of New Testament, a pocket edition which was published by the British Bible Society. I do not know whether you have seen this small Bible which you actually can put into the pocket of your shirt. These were not Bible, complete Bible, these were New Testaments. Testaments written by Matthew, Mark, John and Luke. He asked me to occasionally read the Bible. But since then, from 1965 till today, every Christmas and Easter days, I read Bible very regularly. Even during this COVID period, this Christmas, I read Bible. And every time I read it, I get something new information, something new, something that inspires me. And you know that if you look at Christianity, every religion has got a core value. I am a Muslim, Dr. Fasil is a Muslim, and there will be Hindus here, there will be Christians. Every religion has got a core value. I hope that the respected pastor will agree with me when I say that the core value of Christianity is neighbor love. Christ has said, repeated several times in all the New Testaments, that one should love thy neighbor as thy in parables. It is a story, very simple story, said with lot of philosophy, but in very simple terms. So once when he was addressing a group of people, one person wanted to test him. You read the Bible, in English Bible it is called a lawyer. Actually it is not a lawyer, it is a scholar. A scholar asked him several questions, and one of the questions which the scholar asked Christ was, what do you mean by neighbor love? What do you mean by a neighbor? It is rather very easy. Now you are all joined neighbors in your houses. We all love them. We all love them. We talk to them with love during a marriage ceremony or a ceremony like this. So that we do. But Christ explained what is meant by neighbor love in an entirely different, using a parable. A very simple parable. Every time I read it, that parable has influenced me a lot in my medical practice. That is what I want to tell you. You are fortunate in a way that you are in a Christian atmosphere where this parable you will be reading again and again. You should understand that this parable are not to be read and memorized. It is to be practiced. It can be memorized and repeated. So what did Christ tell this scholar, this lawyer? He told him the story of the Good Samaritan. You all know the story of the Good Samaritan. What he said was that he was talking about a person who was going from Jerusalem to Jericho. So on the way, he was a Jew. That's very important. He was a Jew. So on the way, he was attacked by robbers. He was, whatever he has, little money he has, was stolen. They beat him up. He was injured. His clothes were torn and he was thrown on the side of the street. And he was there. He was crying there, and then a priest came the way. A Jewish priest. You know that there are different types of ethnic groups at that time in India. One group was Jews. There were Samaritans. Samaritans were a different type of group. ethnically. They were at loggerheads also. So first a Jewish priest came, and then another Levite came. A Levite is an assistant to the, I mean, they also belong to the priest group. Both of them did not look at him even. This man was, they were his brethren in the sense that they were all Jews. And they went away. Then came the Samaritan, who naturally should give him a kick also. Why? Because Samaritans and Jews are natural enemies. So here is a Jew who is suffering by the side. So a natural tendency on the part of the Samaritan should be to give him a kick and take away the whatever little money he has in his pocket should be taken away. That should be the natural, that is what we expect from a Samaritan. But that is not what was done by the Samaritan. What he did was, instead, he used the oil and wine with him to anoint his wounds. You will be doing that for your patients. When you prescribe a drug, you are actually anointing the wounds of our patients. Okay, trying to heal them. And he took him in the animal in which he was traveling. Because at that time there is no car or bus, but to travel by use this animal, maybe a mule, probably a mule, and took him to the nearest inn. And he gave some money to the in honor and tell him, take care of this, my brother. That is what, that, and Christ went on to explain that that is what I mean by neighbor love. Neighbor love is not when you love your classmate or your relative. Neighbor love is when you take care of a wounded person. He is suffering, when you offer help, then is what the neighbor love was, you know. And you will be, in the very near future, you will become doctors, I am sure. Every patient who comes before you is like this Jew who was robbed, kicked, and wounded, and left on the side of the street. Actually, every disease means that our health is being robbed. Maybe by an organism, maybe by an unknown mechanism, and we suffer. You see, like the Jew who was suffering by the side of the road. And the moment you become a patient, however minor the ailment is, we become very defensive. We become vulnerable. We become dependent on others. You go to a doctor to seek help, and there is an information inequality between the doctor and the patient. Even in the time of internet, of course, where doctors tell you that you have got multiple myeloma, you can go and search and find out what this multiple myeloma is. That is true. But nevertheless, there is an information inequality between the doctor and the patient. And in it lies an inherent possibility of error. And therefore, what can you do when a patient comes before you? You can take two positions. Like the priests and Levite who ignored the Jew who was their brethren, or you can take away whatever is left with that person. You know that there a lot of exploitation is taking place in the health sector, we all know that. Or you can give succor. So a good doctor should be a good Samaritan. This is a message I want to convey. Now, this is not only applies to Christian religion alone. Every religion has said, of course, there is a lot of commonality between religions. The value systems, most of them are the same. What is the thrust given to in Islam? Dr. Fasil Merikar and Misal belong to we are Muslims, we belong to the Islamic religion. The core value is equality. If you go to a Muslim country, I have gone to several countries, they start eating from the common plate. That means we are equal, you see, because everybody to survey, everybody should eat something. So, as a Muslim, if I am a good Muslim, going to mosque 5 times a day, I should treat all patients as equal, whether rich or poor. Then only I become a good Muslim. What does Hinduism tell you? Or Indian philosophy? Karman diya, phalam ichhikkade karman cheyyuka. Do your duty without expecting anything back. So when I treat a patient, when I am a doctor, if I am a good Hindu, ഞാൻ പലം ഇച്ഛിക്കാതെ കർമ്മം ചെയ്യുന്നവനായിരിക്കും. I should do my duty as a doctor without expecting anything back. And I am sure when you in the higher classes you will learn about medical ethics. Do you know what are the foundations of modern medical practice? There are 3 foundations. Is compassion, second is altruism, and third is ethical behavior. You know that actually in Bible, Christ used the word compassion. When you can read in Bible, the Bible, Luke 10:30-37. You should read it now. Go back to your home. If you have a Bible, you can even get it in the net. Luke 10:30-37. You will read that Christ, it is before me, Christ saw him, he was moved with compassion. Christ was moved with compassion. That is what is written in Luke. So every doctor should move with compassion. And you should are supposed to follow certain ethical behavior. Friends, I was remembering this instance in 1965 when I met Father Nainan. He blessed me, he gave me this Bible, I read it, I am reading it regularly, and it changed my life. I now know that to be a good doctor, I should be a good Samaritan. I should be a good Muslim. I am an Indian, therefore I should follow Indian culture. It's not another religion, it's part of Indian culture. Palamichikkada karman cheyanam. I should do my medical practice without expecting anything back. I should treat every patient with equality. പണകൊണ്ടോ പൈസക്കാരനാണോ അല്ലയോ ദരിദ്രനാണോ അതൊന്നും നോക്കാതെ രോഗിയെ ചികിത്സിക്കുകയാണ് ഒരു മുസ്ലിം എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ ഞാൻ ചെയ്യേണ്ട കടമ. And I should be a good Samaritan to the patients before me. So this is the story I want to share with you. I am sure it is almost like carrying coal to Newcastle, that there is a price. You know all these things. I am not saying that, but I wanted to share my experience with you this morning. I am extremely thankful to my good friend Dr. Fasil and the authorities of the college for inviting me to address this august audience. I hope that sometime later I will be having an opportunity to talk to them face to face. Thank you very much. Good day to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful speech. Next, we have the oath-taking ceremony, a huge step and a milestone into this new chapter of all your lives. I would like to request Dr. Y.M. Fazal Marika, sir, to do the honors of the oath-taking. Kindly rise.
You stay there. Stay there. Sit down. No. We are going to give we will call you by your names. You will have to first of all receive the sweets that you wanted for today and the welcome laminated sheet to be given to you along with the rose to be handed over. 3 things will be given to you. You just come and receive that. When you usually we put the coat on, but that we will avoid for the COVID situation. You hand over the coat to whomsoever is standing here, Chairman So we'll open the court and hand it over to you. When we hand over the court, we will hand over three things. You can leave the oaths there. Okay, three things you should get. Please do that. Okay, call. One of you can call. Or do you want me to call? Okay, please call.
Arsha P.
Take one set.
Arsha P. Let's give a huge round of applause. Abhinand PV. Abhishek Selvan. Aksa Mary. Agent Francis. Aishwarya Anthony. Akash John. Akila Soman. Akila VP. Since this is a very auspicious occasion, let's cheer up for our mates, right? Alina Abi. Alina Jijo. Alan Matthew Thomas. Altaf Mohammed. Angel Filji. Angelin Shaju. Anjana AS. Anla C. Saji. Ann Das. Anu Zinda Tom. Arati Srinarayanan. Ardra Vijayan, Arjun TM, Aromal R, Arunima DS, Aryan, Ashlyn A, Ashwin Ramakrishnan, Atulya AR, Avarnya S. Jain, Christopher Nixon, Beenal Dakar, Besley Daniel, Bithia Ann Binu, Deebiga DM, Delvin Raj, Derek James, Deviga KR, Dheeraj Thomas, Dilna Rose Vincent, Elma Eldos, Genga Murali, Gaudami US, Hima Bridget George, Jennifer, Jesney Anna Jacob, Giselle Linsa Rennie, Gia Mary Titus, John Reggie, Kirtana Babu, Kruba Rose Augustine, Kuriakos Tom Saji, Leah S. Ben, Madhav P, Malaviga Chandralega, Manu Teres Liz Maria, Maria Abraham, Maria Rose Paul, Meghna Shivadas, Merlin Juliet J, Mithuna B, MP Lakshmi, Muhsina CS, Nandana B, Navami Ramesh, Nazreen Nasa, Nehal and Joy, Nida Christy Joseph, Noel Sandy Matthew, Parvati PS, Pooja Krishna, Priscilla Samuel, Ritika Sabu, Ria Godwin, Shabarishan S, Sadia N, Sarah Sarjan, Sandra Johns, Sandra Ann Matthew, Serene Ann Johns, Serena Mariam Jacob, Serena CS, Shalin Khan, Sharon John Varghese, Shima Sarah Matthew, Shyama Varghese, Sinu Philip, Sneha Sarah Thomas, Sneha T. Tampan, Sona S, Shraddha R. Nair, Sri Lakshmi Sri Kumar, Steffi Joseph, Susan Viju, Varsha Sarjan George, Thank you, Abraham, sir. Thank you, Fazil, sir. Next, we have the felicitational address by a medical superintendent, a very student-friendly, and our teacher. Next, we have the oath-taking ceremony, a huge step and milestone into the new chapter of all your lives. So, I request Dr. Fazal Marikia, sir, to do the honors of oath-taking. Kindly rise.
Please stand up. Keep all the other things on the chair. Keep only the laminated. There are 4 oaths. Hippocratic Oath modified, International Code of Medical Ethics, turn around, Declaration of Geneva, and APJ Abdul Kalam.
With Byju's app, children remember their concepts forever.
And that is the Declaration of Geneva. 1958 this was done. So please repeat whatever I tell. O God, at the time of being admitted as member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge myself to consecrate my life to the service of humanity. I will give to my teachers the respect and gratitude which is their due. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. The health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the secrets which are confided in me. I will maintain by all the means in my power the honor and the noble traditions of the medical profession. My colleagues will be my brothers. I will not permit consideration of religion, nationality, race, party politics, or social standing to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life from the time of conception, even under threat. I will not use my medical knowledge contrary to the laws of humanity. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Please be seated. For human life, from the time of conception, even under threat, I will not use my medical knowledge contrary to the laws of humanity.
Now we have the feedback of our dear juniors. Miss Sinu Philip would be giving us a feedback.
Upon my honor.
Sinu Philip.
Be seated.
Blesley Daniel. Mr. Blesley Daniel. Now we have the feedback of
Hello, Dad. Good morning. Good afternoon to one and all present here, especially to the chief guest, the chairman, the dean, the principal, the professors, my seniors, and my dear friends. Thank you so much for asking me to do this speech for our classmates, and it's an honor to stand in front of you on this occasion. Well, for those guys who have no idea who I really am, my name is Blesley Daniel, and I'm basically from Trivandrum. And just like majority of you guys, I did my lead coaching in a brilliant study center in Mutoli Pala, and I was in L10 batch. Well, I'm really excited. This is something I really worked hard for because the journey had been long. Because I just did my +2 like 2 years ago. And it had been really hard for me because cracking NEET UG wasn't a piece of cake for me. It was really hard. And I'm really proud of myself, and I'm just really astonished just to be here today. Like majority of you guys. Well, the atmosphere is filled with excitement and anticipation. After spending years in school, spending hours, days and nights studying for NEET, the occasion is finally upon us. This day is something I have been hoping for a long duration. The first day in medical school represents the culmination of years of hard work, determination, and dedication. This day not only marks the beginning of our medical career, but also represents the official step in a journey and a lifelong promise to become a best physician I can possibly be. To me, white coat ceremony is something, it's like a dream come true. Because the white coat which I'm wearing right now isn't just a piece of cloth, rather it's actually an emotion. To me, for all the kith and kin who watched me through the trial and error of getting into medical school, they just see the white coat as a symbol of success in being one step closer to my goal of being a good physician with the grace of God. And personally, myself, coming from a family of doctors, ever since my childhood, I haven't dreamt of any other profession other than becoming a doctor. This is something I really wanted ever since from my first grade onwards. I really honor this profession, and I really wish that one day I would become just like my father, who is working as a general medicine in hospitals in Trivandrum as well as in Kanyakumari. And yeah, I really thank you, sir. Especially before wrapping up my speech, I would like to say a couple of things about our Dean, Dr. Fazil Marikar. I have my friends studying in all medical colleges across Kerala, both in government as well as in private. But in no medical colleges across Kerala, no deans have organized such enormous amount of meetings just like our Dean, Dr. Fazil Marikar did. And we are so proud to be your students, sir. And one more thing is that when I was stuck in quarantine at home, I didn't go out, for the past 2 or 3 months. I was completely in my home. And when I was bored, I just logged into the Mount Zion's website and I just looked into the dean's achievements. And I was really honored by it because, I have not seen a guy who has got so much awards in his entire duration, because I just kept on scrolling down my laptop over and over again, and there was no full stop. It was going over and over, and I've not come across a guy with so much degrees just like he did. It's really an honor to be a student, sir. I really am. And Dr. Sridevi, I'm really honored to be your student too. As seniors have told a couple of things about you too. And since you are a professor in biochemistry, since biochemistry is a first year subject, we'll hope meet soon in your class too. So it's really an honor for all of us today. Thank you, ma'am. And one more thing I got to say about the seniors. Dean promised me that in this college we'll not have any kind of ragging, right? And when I just got here, a couple of seniors, they approached me and they asked me what my name was. And I was also almost freaked out when they just heard me. I thought they were going to rag me out. But the result was just ironic. They asked my name, they asked me where I'm from. I just told them that I'm from Trivandrum. And the next thing they popped up was, if you have any doubts in any subjects, please come to me, I'll help you out. That's what it's really, I've not met any seniors in any colleges because I was really freaked out when they popped up the question, but it was totally ironic. Your batch just really rocks. Thank you to be here, senior. Thank you, seniors. And at last, but not least, I thank all my dear friends for your constant support. For all these years, you have been my brothers and sisters, because if the college has even not yet started, just now it's been started, but you guys have contacted, we have been having a thick relationship for the past 1 month, and it was really an awesome feeling. When the dean did ask someone to dish out a speech, you guys really just blurted out my name. I didn't even ask for it, but you guys blurted out my name, and you guys showed me the affection that I ever deserved. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I met you guys, some of you guys personally. I rub my elbows with you guys, but for those guys I have not met personally, I'll meet you and I'll find you guys individually and I'll hug the heck out of you until the feeling re-enters my body. Thank you so much for all the love you have given me. Thank you, Dean. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Next we have Ms. Sinu Philip.
Respected Chairman, other management and committee dignitaries present on the dais, our beloved principal ma'am, most respected dean, teachers, non-teaching staff, most respected seniors, and my dear fellow medical students. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. Today, on this auspicious occasion of the Investiture ceremony of Mount Zion Medical College, I stand here on behalf of my batch 2020 to present a speech that conveys our feelings, joy, and emotions that we feel at this exact very moment. First of all, I would like to start by mentioning the meaning of the white coat. Maybe to an outsider, the white coat may not seem that significant, or this ceremony may not seem like a life-changing article of attire. But for medical students, for us, donning them for the first time really means a lot. It's the first step taken as medical students. The white coat symbolizes authority and professionalism. The white coat comes with huge responsibilities that are to be taken by a doctor. In short, this will be one of the most memorable events of our life. Now let me give you all a short description of our batch 2020. We are 100 students, 77 girls, and 23 boys, of different personalities, identities, and capabilities gathered at one place, that is Mount Zion Medical College, with a common goal to become a great doctor in the future. We are students who either aspire to be doctors on our own or were forced upon by circumstances, but either way, we have surrendered to fate with the hope that this new beginning will lead to a bright future. Especially talking about our batch, we really worked hard to crack NEET examinations. It was quite frustrating because NEET examination got postponed twice, but that's all in the past, and now we've reached this stage where we're given these white coats, and it really justifies our dream and makes all our efforts worth it. Now, when I was talking about the typical dream that we all had, I'm pretty sure that many of us, including me, when we aspired to be doctors, we had the dream of wearing the white coat and having the stethoscope over your neck and walking through those hospital corridors, being called a doctor and having DR before your name. And I'm so glad to say that today we take the first step towards that big dream. We are students with dreams, vision, determination, dedication, and desire. We are ready to serve and commit to this noble profession. We come here with the thirst of knowledge that will convert us into great doctors in the future. Now let me take a moment to thank our parents who are watching this event through online platforms. I'm very sure that they're all really proud of us. Thank you so much for staying with us throughout this journey and for believing in us. Thank you. Now there's a saying that if you treat a disease, you'll either win or lose. But if you'll treat a person, you'll win no matter what. By saying this, I really hope that we turn to be doctors who treat people, because medicine is not just science, it's humanity. I would like to conclude by saying that we are ready to go on this medical journey, not alone, but with the help and support of the teaching faculty, our dean, our principal, and the management of Mount Zion Medical College. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, dear juniors, for the wonderful feedback. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. Mithun Anil Kumar to speak a few words about his experience at our college.
Respected Chairman Dr. Abraham Palaman sir, Pastor, Vice Chairman Sam sir, Joe sir, Chief Guest Dr. Iqbal sir, Dean Dr. Y.M. Fasal Markia sir, Principal Dr. N. Deviman, all other dignitaries on dais, my juniors, parents, and new joinees. A warm welcome to you all. As mentioned, my name is Mithun. I was one of the students of the first batch of this college, that was in 2014. And after my plus 2, I did not go for any kind of entrance coaching. I came straight from my plus 2. So after writing my medical entrance, I got the results, and by that I thought that I would never get into a medical college. So I joined this central institute called ISER, that is Indian Institute of Science, Education, Research in Trivandrum. And I studied there for almost a month. And then in the second last allotment, I got into this college. So I decided to join this because being a doctor was always my dream. So I still remember the first day that I came, I was sent straight to the anatomic dissection hall. There I met the then anatomy HOD, Dr. K.K. Krishnamma. She was very kind, she was very caring, and later on she helped me a lot in my studies. I am very grateful to her for that. And in the dissection hall, it's the place where you dissect cadavers. and study the various parts of the human body. So you are divided into small groups of 10 or 15, and there were 6 tables, and I was asked to join one of those tables. So I went there, I stood there, and I was listening to it. And as I have joined late, everything sounded Greek and Latin to me. So I was just standing there, and I noticed that all my batchmates are looking at me. They kept on looking at me for say 15 or 20 minutes, and I did not realize why. And after that, they went back to their business. Then after half an hour, a new girl joined. She was just a new joinee, just like me. And again, all students started looking at her. So out of curiosity, I also started looking at her. And 5 minutes into the section, I saw her fainting and falling down. So that is what my batchmates were looking for. They were waiting for me to faint and fall down. So that was the first experience that I had. Then sitting in the lectures, I found it difficult to understand what was being taught. I felt like everything was going over my head, that I will never get through this course. So with all these problems in my mind, all these self-doubt, I went to meet the then principal, Dr. Y.M. Fazil sir. And I told him all my problems, and he listened to me for like half an hour. And then he talked to me. That really changed me. And while walking out of his room, I realized that this was possible. I had the courage inside me to say to myself that I'll get through this course, and I'll definitely become a good doctor. And this journey that you're entering right now is going to be long. It is going to be a tough journey, but this is going to be worth your life's work. Being responsible for someone else's life is going to be really a stressful job. You will have to manage your studies, your relationships, your family, all at the same time. It's going to be really stressful. Thank you for dedicating your lives, for helping others. And thank you for all the hard work that you have done so far and all the hard work that you're going to do in the future. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have the felicitation address by our medical superintendent, Dr. Venukumar sir, who's a very student-friendly and a brilliant teacher. Let's give him a huge round of applause for the felicitation address.
Good afternoon to all of you, my dear students. I address you as my colleagues and not as students. To start with, my honorable and respected chairman of Mount Zion Group of Institution, Dr. Abraham Kalamanil sir, our dean, who is my teacher and is my mentor, and he is the person who made me the medical superintendent of this institution. Sir, my madam principal, Dr. Sridevi, my vice chairman, my Sam sir, my MD, Joe sir, my respected pastor, and my colleagues, that means administrators, my IT people, all my staff, head of the institutions, right from below to the top. I'm addressing you, all of you, and I think all of the people are watching this view, this August function through online, and this is a rare occasion to speak in front of you, and for that I am very much thankful to the management, especially Dr. Bangalamandil, for giving me a chance to speak in front of you. The fag end of this session, I don't want to extend the speech, but I want to mention a few things regarding this college. You know, this college started in 2000,